See if that sentry helps at all. Which one are you using? The rocket sentry? Is that any good? It's supposed to be for like bigger enemies. Yeah, good. Never used it before. Oh, nope, it's not good. It's just gonna blow the fuck back there. Right away.
Hey, hardest corporate fiction. Welcome back. Yeah, if you miss the stream, don't bother. You're not missing much. I think this is going to be a little bit more entertaining. Yeah, there was a in the background. I turned it off. Well, I turned off the volume at least. But we will go watch this part too. Hope you guys are. Oh, my mic is. Oh, all right. Let me just get out of the game. All right, hold on. Uh-oh. 1 second. Oh, there's something. What the hell is eating up my CPU? What? Mm-hmm. Am I good? Am I still good? Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. I think it was Helldivers. Helldivers was eating up all the resources, I guess. All right. Let's go and get the show on the road. 1 second. Oh, crap. All right. I'm back. Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right. You know, I'm used to being called a godless heathen, but it is what it is.
And you gave yourself a driver's license.
No,
What do you-
Jesus gave me the license.
Okay. Got it.
Oh boy.
Yes, how would you would.
All right, exhibit G is admitted. Go ahead.
Thank you. So we're looking at exhibit G,
Exactly,
and that says no birth certificate,
right,
no passport,
right, it does say that. Yeah.
no consular card.
But, oh, the original, in parentheses, what does that original refer to, that or that?
No passport, right?
Oh, okay, but it says original in parentheses.
Okay.
So see,
So
all
yes,
I
it says no passport, right?
was always
Hey.
able to do is show them.
That's-
All right, hold on.
Whoa,
If you want to
whoa,
just,
whoa.
all right, let me stop you there. If you want to just publish it, just tell it what it says.
Yeah.
It's exhibit, you can publish it, you can just read from that document.
See, he gets irritated, Judge.
So do you.
Have that effect on many people, I think Mother Teresa would be.
No consular card, no social security card, no proof of address, out-of-state standard ID card, and different out-of-state plates, right? All that was indicated.
But that parentheses means that I didn't have the
That's,
original.
it's a yes or no question, sir.
Which question? Give a repeat, please.
All right, the court will note, it does say no birth certificate, no passport, in parentheses, original, no consular card, no, and second line, no SS card, I'm assuming is social security card, no proof of address, out-of-state standard ID, and different out-of-state plates. That is what unsatisfactory documents, that is exhibit G, which has been admitted at this time. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor. So then we have states exhibits 2, 3, and 4. States exhibit 2 or 3 here. You're familiar with this, right?
That's a picture of my passport, driver's license.
Okay. As well as you said you had a duplicate, right?
Right.
That's contained here in states exhibit 2.
One had a different cover than the other. That's how you can tell them apart. No. The other one's gray. One's black, one's gray. You got 2 copies of the same thing.
Okay. Would you agree that you had 2 copies of the same thing?
Well, actually, in point of fact, because I signed both, they're 2 originals.
Okay. You would agree that you signed both of these?
Yeah, well, not those, but the originals.
The originals,
Yeah.
what's documented in here, right?
Right,
Photos.
exactly. Yeah,
Right,
to be precise.
right. And where did you get these?
Made those.
Where'd you make them?
Combination of the computer, home computer, and I don't know if it was Kinko's FedEx then, but Kinko's FedEx, yeah.
Okay. And so you made yourself an ambassador.
Huh.
No, God made me.
God did. There it is.
This thing.
Okay. And you indicated that that's of the Kingdom of Israel.
Yes,
And you also indicated that you've never been to the Kingdom of Israel
I have not.
because it does not currently physically exist.
No, that's not why I've not been there. It does physically exist.
It does.
You,
What's the kingdom of Israel's defined borders? I'm very curious how Kim would answer that question. I mean, if he answers that question, he can solve the Middle East peace crisis all on his own.
you indicated that the Kingdom of Israel is currently occupied by the state of Israel, right?
It's a stewardship. They are being held as a stewardship. God is waiting for those people to cry out, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." When Jesus comes, then he will establish that as the kingdom. So it's still there, but it's under the surface of that state of Israel, which does not recognize the Messiah or the Christ yet, but they will.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The Kingdom of Israel existed up until about 930 BC, right?
No, it still exists today.
But there's no government.
No, I would
There's no-
disagree with that statement too.
There's no state, right?
No, but Jesus exercises authority over there. He allows a lot of wicked things to go, but it still exists. He moves, God moves in mysterious ways.
Okay.
If you read your scriptures, you'd know
All
this.
right, you guys, can we get into this century?
So you created these documents, at your house.
God gave me the ability to create those, I would clarify.
Okay. And you gave your
I'm not sure about that, Kim, because it sounds to me if all I needed was a FedEx Kinko's and a home computer, then I can create my own Kingdom of Israel passport and Kingdom of Israel travel card, whatever the heck you made. It seems like I don't need anybody's permission to make that. Either whoever it is, either whoever is physically here or whoever is not here metaphysically.
yourself a driver's license.
No,
What do you-
Jesus gave me the license.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Mr. Dixon, I'm not going to keep, do you mind, are you use any more?
I don't know.
If not, I want, let me exhibit 5. I don't know if you're going to use it or not, I think that's the one I want. Your exhibit 5. Thank you.
Thank you. And then this document here, what is State's Exhibit 4?
Well, that's the rub, Kim. How do you? I feel like courts have been trying to discern how one demonstrates sincerity for a long time.
Or was tucked into one of those folders,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And this is a certified document from the municipal court of Boulder City, that you have, right? And there, you had an agreement with a city attorney in Boulder City that if you were to send him a copy of your driver's license,
You would dismiss that charge.
and that was supposed to be a valid driver's license, right?
No, it is a valid driver's license. And Gary Booker, the city attorney, accepted this as that. He followed through with his end. The taillight was blown out, and I did pay a sum to the city for that. Well, I didn't pay it, somebody else paid it.
Who paid it?
I think my mom or dad, but technically, they remitted some counterfeit money. That's another issue.
You'd agree that that document that you sent to the city attorney is one of these two documents that's located here in
No.
State's Exhibit 2 and 3?
It's a copy of the original page, those two pages, that open face page.
Okay.
It was just a copy of that. That's all he requested. He said, fax me that, we'll dismiss this, and he did follow through.
And those documents are the copy that you provided him as well, were not issued by any state within the United States of America. Correct?
You want an objection? What
What is going on here?
Stop pointing.
No.
No, you're testifying right now.
Can I
So
object to
he
that
is-
as a phrase?
He's asked
Can I
you,
object, Judge?
no, you may not, well, your attorney can object, it's cross-examination, like, well,
I don't know, I mean,
Well, this is
I
awkward.
believe you want some objection, Your Honor, so I'm gonna go on the record as saying objection. I don't know if I can, maybe he can explain what his,
The way that question is phrased,
as to what, how is it?
what's the problem?
if I were sitting in his place, I would say, objection asked and answered.
Hasn't been asked,
I
Your Honor.
don't think it's been asked.
Well,
So
repeat the
the-
question
The
then.
question's real simple, guys, right?
Repeat the
The
question.
question is, did you produce it, right?
Yeah, well, number one, he says he produced it, but then number two, these were not produced or given to you by any state in the United States.
Just say objection, Kim.
Objection.
What's the problem?
What's the issue, were they or were they not?
I told him just a minute, it was ask and answer, because I told him just a minute ago, God gave me the ability to do it. I did it through FedEx and Kinko's.
Yeah, yeah, Kim. The problem that you're having here is what is Dickerson is trying to get you to concede that you made them, whether or not it was a calling from upon high. You made them, and they were not made pursuant to any other authority, i.e., any other state in the United States. That's what he's saying.
So it's been asked and answered.
No, it hasn't been answered. Yeah, the question is, it was not produced by, wasn't produced by any agency or governmental agency of the United States.
And that is not asked and answered. He's confirming. He's making sure that to clarify that it was not made in accordance with any other state entity.
States, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. I think that's what you know.
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Right. You don't have a valid driver's license, right?
That, the originals are a valid driver's license from another country.
A country that doesn't exist.
It does exist.
Okay. You don't have a Nevada driver's license.
I testified to that.
That's a no, you don't have a Nevada driver's license.
That's true. I used to have one.
Okay. You don't have a driver's license from any other United States state or territory.
So a state or fed can give you permission, but God or his son cannot give you permission. Not in matters of state of privileges granted to you by that state authority. The state and federal governments of which you are subject to while you're still here within the geographical bounds, they have their rules in place, and if you are going to remain in the geographic boundaries of said state and said federal government, you are obligated to abide by those rules. It's simple. It's simple as. I don't understand, Kim. I don't understand where you get this idea that you can be a foreign national. Let's grant you that, and still reside in the United States and think that you don't have to abide by the laws of the United States. Tourists from the UK, if they come over to the United States, they can't get drunk and act like an idiot in Florida and not get hooked up for disorderly conduct. Then the state has to give permission to start a church. I mean, for tax purposes, yeah. Anybody can start a church anywhere they want. But you want that tax exemption, you got to go through certain hoops. And being part of a church does not give you an automatic exemption from an existing law.
Used to have an Arizona license, but not any longer.
And you didn't have one in 2022 when you were pulled over, right?
Yes, Nevada has stated exemptions for driver's license. I agree. You do not fall within those exemptions, do you?
You're talking about the subject we're related
On
to?
September 16, 2022, you didn't have any driver's license from any state or territory of the United States. Is that
No, I
right?
had a driver's license from the Kingdom of Israel, and that's what you've entered, so.
Okay. Understood.
Any further questions, Mr.
No, Your Honor, I'm
All
not
right.
that's witness.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Blandino.
Yes, sir.
Exhibit 6 that was admitted previously at the.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Exhibit 6 that
Okay.
was admitted previously at the other.
Kim, if you're going to start and argue that you as a foreign national are exempt from having a Nevada driver's license, you're going to run headfirst into the problem that despite your supposed renunciation, you are still within the geographical boundaries of the United States. And you have been.
Other hearing, this is your writings on Exhibit 6, is that correct?
You still been in the United States for 30 plus years since your supposed renunciation.
It's for the Division of Parole.
That's not how you renounce your citizenship.
Right,
The month is 8th, which would be August
right,
2022, correct?
right.
In there, you indicate your employer is Home Health Care for Evie, correct?
Is the best I could answer.
Is that what it says there? Home Health Care for Evie, your employer, correct?
Yeah.
All right,
I
and
shouldn't
that was-
I probably should not have used that word employer.
All right, but that was what we had talked about. Evie is, for the records, Evelyn.
Evelyn Pender.
Kim, for the purposes, legal residence is not residence. Kim, for the purposes of being, for having the privilege to operate a vehicle or having the requirements of registering your vehicle, legal residence is your residence. And the fact that you're trying to differentiate between legal residence and domicile, or legal residence and residence, it doesn't make sense because you're still living here.
And Evelyn Pendergrass, is that the one that we referred to that you were just talking about, correct?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Any follow-up questions on that,
No,
Mr.
you're right.
Dickerson? Any follow-up questions in response to that, Mr. Blandino from the court's question?
Yes, I probably should not have put employer. I wanted to use a word they can understand, but there was no gainful employment. This was not gainful employment. My beliefs, as testified earlier, is that I must love my neighbor as myself. I must plead for the widow, seek righteous judgment. And so God put her in my path and gave me to take care of her. And that is what I did. I
Okay.
had her power of attorney for healthcare and power of attorney for other things. And she considered me a great blessing in that regard. And the parole probation wanted, as part of my amended judgment of conviction, I was required to follow the parole probation's directives.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
You can sit down now, sir. Thank you very much.
I am sitting down. You mean sit down over
Go
there?
back down there, yes.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Gersten,
Yes,
any
sir.
further at this time?
If I could have 20 seconds to confer with my client. Your Honor, we have nothing further. We would rest at this time, just obviously pending our closing arguments.
Yeah, we're going to have those exhibits submitted in as court exhibits.
We'll have one, we'll call Kenneth Mead.
And the need?
Yeah.
Yes. You got there?
Who's coming?
The officer. All right, Mr. Mead?
Yes, Judge.
Come take
Thank
the
you,
stand.
CT, for the $5 super chat.
Right hand, please, clerk to be sworn.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I see, Persnickety, thank you for the $10 super chat. If I print out a passport for my computer, can I stop paying taxes, or does it only count if I print out Kinko's? I think God wants me to keep my money. Delusion is a disease that each of us suffer from to at least some extent. My problem is that you're hanging your entire case upon you not being a resident of the state of Nevada, but nobody's gonna buy that, Cam. You've been here. You get your mail here. The fact, so like you're fooling nobody. So you're not going to follow this this exemption, because I see exactly which exemption you're going to try and hang your hat on. I'm looking at the vehicle code right now. And the only way you could fall under that exemption is if you could prove that you're a non-resident, which you're not going to be able to.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please be seated. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Kenneth Mead, Kenneth, last name Mead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morning, Judge. What do you do for a living, sir?
I am a retired Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department detective, and I currently work for the Department of Homeland Security.
All right, and how long did you work for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department?
Just shy of 26 years.
And during that time, did you at any point work for the counterterrorism section?
Yes, sir.
And in your role in the counterterrorism section, did you specialize in any type of ideology?
Well, I specialize in domestic terrorism, more specifically militia type ideology, sovereign citizen ideology.
Okay.
Ha! Nice.
During the course of your employment there, did you become familiar with an individual by the name of Kim Blandino?
Yes, sir.
And do you see him here in the courtroom today?
I do.
Could you please point to him, identify a piece of clothing that he's wearing?
Yes, sir. Gentleman over here wearing the Maroon ascot and a gray suit.
And when was it that you first approximately came to be familiar with Mr. Blandino?
I would say that I was aware of Mr. Blandino probably about 2012-ish timeframe.
Okay. And during that time, did you become aware of where Mr. Blandino was living?
At some point I did, yes.
Okay. Do you recall when approximately it was you became aware of where he was living?
I think once we,
Kim, can I ask you a question? Is wait, so I'm trying to ask you, are you saying that you are a legal resident of Nevada and a resident of the state of Israel or the kingdom of Israel? Or are you saying that you are a resident of the kingdom of Israel or a legal resident of the kingdom of Israel and just simply a resident of the state of Nevada? Which one's which? I'm curious about this question.
officially maybe confirmed it. I think it would have been probably about 2016.
Okay. And do you recall where it was that you were able to determine he was living?
Yes.
And where was that?
It would have been at 441 North 16th Street. Which
Here
is,
in Las Vegas, Clark County, Nevada?
yes, sir.
Okay. And did you have the opportunity to ever see Mr. Blandino at that residence?
Several times, yes.
Okay. Between what years?
Probably 2016 until just prior to my retirement, so 2023-ish.
Okay, so you had seen him at the residence throughout those years?
Yes, see,
Sorry, you said 2016?
yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir, at the residence, coming and going from the residence,
Okay.
vehicle at the residence.
And on May 29th, 2019, did you have the opportunity to take part in the service of a search warrant at that residence, 441 North 16th Street?
Yes, sir.
And during the service of that warrant, was there...
Right. You say you're a legal resident of the Kingdom of Israel, except that you've never physically resided in the Kingdom of Israel. You don't get you don't send your mail to the Kingdom of Israel. As far as everybody else knows, and what the Dickerson is establishing with this examination is that you've only ever, forwarded your mail to a Nevada address. You've lived spent the majority of your time in the state of Nevada. You have literally no ties to the Kingdom of Israel other than documents that you printed out yourself at a FedEx Kinko's in your home printer.
A truck that's located on that residence?
I don't know if I would categorize it as being on the residence, but related to the residence, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you a couple things here. May I approach, Ron?
You may. You seen the exhibits, Mr. Gerst? You've not seen them?
He just flashed them, I've never seen them before.
That's,
But again, they're pictures, so let's see where we go, I guess.
did you want to look at them while they're going through it? Go ahead.
So this would be stage proposed 7, 8, and 9. Looking at these items, sir, do you recognize what you're looking at?
Yes, this would be the front of the residence to that 441 North 16th Street address.
Okay. And do you recognize these from the time of the service of the search warrant?
Yes.
Okay. Are you?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, if we're going to take him at his word that he renounces citizenship and is a citizen of the Kingdom of Israel, I doubt he has the proper visas to stay in the United States, and therefore he's an illegal immigrant, and we need to kick him out. He needs to be deported.
Are you familiar with that vehicle that's located in there?
I'm familiar with that vehicle, and I believe there's a second vehicle involved as well.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm going to object. This is rebuttal. I don't know what they're rebutting. They're showing pictures of a vehicle at a residence that Mr. Blandino said he was living at.
Okay, well,
So what's the rebuttal? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm going to give Mr. Dickerson a little leeway because if he ties it up that it's the vehicle in question that was stopped on September 16, 2022, that may have an issue.
Okay.
I mean, that's, if it's not, then obviously.
I mean, Mr. Blandino has testified that he was living at that house.
No, he said vacationing, I'm vacation,
Yeah, but he testified he had a room, I mean, that's what he testified to, so I don't know where the rebuttal is, again.
well, I think the state is trying to.
Well, no, yeah, I agree with the state here, and I agree with I don't think Gearson's trying, but he's failing. They're trying. The reason why they have this rebuttal witness is to try and establish that this is not Kim Blandino is not just simply a transient in the state of Nevada that is just here occasionally for a couple months out of the year. He has been maintaining a relative permanent fixture in the state of Nevada to establish him as a resident thereof. That's what they're doing. So Gearson's trying, but he's failing here.
Confirm that there was a residency, if you will. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
So,
that's what we're trying to get to, I'm assuming. So I'll allow it to be said, I'll allow him to go forward. If you can tie it up.
thank you. So you indicated that there was that vehicle that was there on the residence, and then there was another vehicle.
Yes, sir.
And again, Your Honor, objection. He did not say, he actually corrected Mr. Dickerson, said, I wouldn't say it was on the residence, it was related to, and he's going back to that, so.
Okay, so let's talk what he means by related, because he did say it was related to the residence. What do you mean by that, sir?
Well, there was a vehicle that was always in the driveway, and then there was another vehicle that was parked in the curtilage, just on the sidewalk in front of the residence.
And again, Your Honor, I'm gonna ask that be stricken. Always, how does he know I mean, I guess I can say that for cross, but what does always mean?
Define what you mean by that.
Every time that I was there, I saw the vehicle.
That's what I'm assuming you would say. Okay, so we have that. Go ahead.
Okay, and the vehicle that was in the driveway was a pickup truck with Montana plates, is that right?
Yes, sir.
The vehicle that's parked on the curb out front of the house generally, or always,
Yes, sir.
that vehicle, are you familiar with that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And was that a white Dodge Ram?
I believe it was. I know it was a white, larger pickup truck, and it had Montana plates as well.
Okay. And on September 16, 2022, you went out to a traffic stop that Mr. Blandino had been stopped at, right?
Yes, sir.
And that was related to a stop that Officer Martinez and Officer Neeson had committed.
Yes, sir.
The vehicle that was there that had been stopped, did you recognize that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And what vehicle was that?
That was the Dodge, I guess, Ram. I don't know the model, but it was the Dodge pickup truck that was, every time that I had been in front of the house, was always parked in front of the residence, and with the one that also had the Montana plates.
Okay, and it had the same Montana plates that you'd seen before in May of 2019?
Yes, sir.
And when you served the search warrant within the residence, did you locate anything indicating whether Mr. Blandino was residing in the residence?
Yes,
Objection, Your Honor, calling for an expert conclusion. Or I should say, I'm sorry, a legal conclusion. He's asking if he was a resident.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
actually,
just did, you said
hold
resident.
on.
Uh-oh.
If we could just tailor the question to what did you find there that
Cam, I've read 8 USC 1481. You're missing a key factor there. There's two ways you can renounce your citizenship properly. One is to renounce it while you're physically out of the country, and two is you can renounce it and then thereafter leave the country. You cannot renounce it and then stay within the geographic bounds of the United States for the next 30 years. Period. And the fact that you renounced it, but you're still here, you've still been here, that's not going to be recognized by the State Department, which is where you need to go to renounce your citizenship. You can't just declare it with your county clerk.
regard that, because he can say it's an envelope addressed to Mr. Blandino at that residence. He can say what he found there.
So what, if anything, do you recall finding within the residence related to Mr. Blandino?
Well, one, there was a roommate in the residence.
And who was that?
Evie.
Evelyn Pendergrass?
Yes.
Okay.
She was in the residence, and then when we made entry into the residence, I believe once you go into the right, there was a room that we attributed to Mr. Blandino that had mail to him,
Oh my God.
hundreds of documents that had his name on it. There was a bed, there was clothing, there was a suit that we had previously seen him in court wearing, consistent with, again, somebody living there at that residence.
Okay. And consistent with that person being Kim Lindy.
Yes, sir.
And was there,
Okay, all right, Cam, you really want to do this? Because we talked about this yesterday. I don't think you were there, but we're going to talk about this, all right? Let's do this. I'm going to show this to you, and we're going to keep it going, because I don't want to full on have this continue forward. Okay, you want me to look at 8 USC 1481, loss of nationality. And I'm sure you want me to look at section A, A2, taking an oath or making an affirmation or other formal declaration of allegiance to a foreign state or political subdivision thereof after attaining the age of 18 years. 5, making a formal renunciation before a diplomatic or consular office of the United States, in such form as described as the Secretary of State. 6, making in the U.S. a formal renunciation in such form may be described by and before such officer as may be designated by the Attorney General whenever the United States shall be in a state of war. So I think, for you, what are you looking at? Which one are you falling under, Kim? Which subsection? Is it A1, A2, oh, A1 or A2? Or A5? Which one, Kim? Subsection 2. Okay. Taking an oath or making an affirmation or other formal declaration of allegiance to a foreign state or political subdivision thereof after having attained the age of 18 years. Okay. Now. Did you actually go to 1483? 8, USC 1483, restrictions on loss of nationality. Except as provided in paragraph 6 or 7 of 1481A, no national of the United States can lose U.S. nationality under this chapter while within the United States or any of its outlying possessions. The loss of nationality shall result from the performance within the United States or any of its outlying possessions of any of the acts or the fulfillment of any of the conditions specified in this part, if and when the national thereupon takes up a residence outside the United States and its outlying possessions. Outside the United States. Outside the United States. You have not left the United States, Kim. Thank you.
any other roommates at the residence besides Evelyn Pendergrass?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Do you have an approximation of how many times you've seen Mr. Blandino from 2016 to 2023 there at that residence at 441 North 16th Street?
Probably between, if I estimate, 15 to 20 times.
Okay. We'll pass the witness.
Cross-examination, Mr. Gersten.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to call you Mr. Mead, but you said you work for the Homeland Security now?
I do, sir,
Are you in
yes.
1811, or are you something else?
I am not, I'm something else.
Okay, what are you, just so I can refer to you?
A regional prevention coordinator.
Okay, so Mr. Coordinator, you said initially you said you saw Mr. Blandino several times at that location.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. Then you said it was 15 to 20 times.
Yes, sir.
All right, so several is, you went from several to 15 to 20 in the scope of your testimony.
I think it's a semantical argument about what several.
Right, exactly, it is a semantical argument. You said several, and then you came and said several means 15 to 20. And I just want to make sure, when you say several, you mean 15 to 20?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. You said you saw Mr. Blandino, I think you used the term coming and going?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
I would see him coming and going in the vehicle. I would see him coming and going on his bicycle.
You had him under surveillance?
There were times that he was under surveillance,
Okay.
but there was also times that we would spot check the residence because it was associated to other cases.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me, Your Honor, I just need to compose myself.
Well, no, Gary, he's not going to get a visit from UCIS because he hasn't renounced his nationality. Even if we were to pretend that Blandino, even if we were to pretend that the Kingdom of Israel actually exists and is recognized, he hasn't renounced his nationality because he's not fulfilled the requirements that he'd have to do to actually renounce his citizenship.
Myself for a second. Okay, Coordinator Meade, was there any time that you went to that residence and did not see Mr. Blandino?
Meaning go actually inside the residence, or?
No, again, you said you saw him coming and going. Was there any time that you were surveilling at the residence, whatever you want to call it, where Mr. Blandino wasn't there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how many times was that?
Uh-oh.
Probably about the same, probably about 10 to 15.
Okay. Okay. The mail, you said you specifically said you found some mail inside the room that you attributed to Mr. Blandino, correct?
Yes, sir.
What was the address? Who was it addressed to?
To Kim Blandino
Yeah.
at
What happened?
441 North 16th Street.
Weren't they addressed to Kim Blandino, care of?
I don't remember it being care of. Well,
Okay.
it could have been, but
Could have been, okay.
I don't remember.
Fair enough. Fair. The night of the incident, which I believe was September 16th, 2022, when Mr. Blandino was pulled over, how did you get there?
By vehicle?
And I'm sorry, I mean, how did you come about to come to the scene of that? You weren't a responding officer, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. How did you get involved in that incident?
I was notified by patrol that they had Mr. Blandino stopped.
Why were you notified by patrol? Is that something normal?
Yes.
Yeah.
How so?
If I have a notification that I want to be contacted, if somebody is contacted by law enforcement, then they would notify me.
Okay, so you had put a notification into the system. I don't know if it was Scope or NCI. I don't know what the system is, but whatever system.
It would have been Scope, sir.
Scope.
Yes,
So
sir.
you put into Scope an
Uh-huh.
indication that if this guy comes up, that you want to be told.
If he comes up, no. If he's contacted by law enforcement, yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, the semantics. That if law enforcement had an interaction with Mr. Blandino, you wanted to be called.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, you were very invested and very interested in what was going on with Mr. Blandino. Would that be fair to say?
No.
No? How often do you put your name into the system so that people call you out to a scene that you actually respond to? How often does that happen?
Hundreds of times throughout my career.
Okay, and that was a 26-year career.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hundreds of times could be like a couple times a year, right?
Depends on the case and the situation.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay. Blandino, when was the last time you were in Mexico or Canada, and how long were you in those respective countries within the past 30 years?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Redirect.
No.
It's free to go?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for your testimony, sir. Please don't discuss your testimony with any other witnesses at this time.
Thank you, Judge.
State.
Nothing further.
State rest. All right, defense.
We
P.S. A vacation home doesn't count, nor does a P.O. box.
rest against the
Go ahead.
rebuttal, Your Honor. Whatever.
All right. Exhibits, I need them all in, unless you want to refer to them in closing. Mr. Dickerson, you wish to make a closing argument at this time? No reserve?
We'll reserve.
Mr. Gersten?
I apologize, Your Honor.
I understand.
My client.
Just a minute or two?
I'm sorry.
Close.
No, my client was in my ear, I didn't hear what you actually said.
I'm saying a minute or two for closing argument.
Yeah,
Closing, all right.
yeah, we're ready.
State saving is rebutting, saving for rebutting.
Okay, so they're not going right now, they want me to start.
You can go if you want to reply.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. All right, Your Honor, very simply, Mr. Blandino has been charged with 2 statutes, those being 482.385 and 483.550. I would like to start with the NRS 483.550. So the first thing I'm going to say is I do not believe that the state has proved beyond a reasonable doubt all elements of that particular statute. Again, it was unlawful to be without a valid driver's license. Now, again, you heard Mr. Blandino testify that he believes he had a valid driver's license from the Kingdom of Israel. It is what it is, Your Honor, with regard to that. But, again, if you believe that Mr. Blandino violated that statute, if you believe the state has brought up enough evidence to beyond a reasonable doubt, I just want to speak to the idea that, again, section number 2, and this is the statute that was in place before before January 1st of 23. As I mentioned, it was changed in January of 23, such that section 2 talks about the court shall require any person convicted of violating this section to obtain a valid driver's license or produce a notice of disqualification from the department. So if you believe that is a valid driver's license, again, they have not proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. If you do not, he has produced, and it was actually put into evidence by the state itself, the document from the DMV that was a notice of disqualification from the department. As a result, he's not in violation of the statute. He's done exactly what he's supposed to do. Even if you believe he's in violation of the statute, as I mentioned previously on my motion to dismiss, that there's no other punishment contained in the statute itself. Our schema, our statutory scheme,
Okay.
again, this, Your Honor, I just want to make sure, this is the one prior to January 1st of 2023. Our statutory scheme says basically, if you're convicted of a misdemeanor, okay, and the statute is silent on a punishment, we have default provisions, and that's 193, whatever it is. If you want me, I can, NRS 193.150. That would be that statute. Our premise here is it doesn't apply because the statute provides for the actual punishment in the statute. And to bolster that, I will explain to you that NRS 483.550 post January 1st, so 23, actually says it's unlawful. Basically, a person who violates this section is guilty of a misdemeanor. Okay, so
Okay.
we have a concept. The legislature.
So you're saying prior to the 2023?
Prior to
It said
2023, it did not say that it was a misdemeanor. It became a misdemeanor post 2023, post the incident we're talking about. So in that sense, again, our statutory scheme says basically either you can require him to get a driver's license or he provides a notice of disqualification. He provided a notice of disqualification. I understand, and you know, Mr. Dickerson is a zealous representative for the state. He doesn't buy whatever it is, but it is a legitimate governmental record where they gave him a notice of disqualification. Okay, and I don't think he's proved any fraud or deceit in the production of that. So, again, for purposes of that statute, we don't believe there was proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Blandino violated it. However, if you do believe he violated it, the worst that can happen is either you require him to get a driver's license or he produces a notice of disqualification, which he has done and the state has entered as evidence. So right there, I think that ends that prosecution on that particular statute. With regard to the second charge, which is the registration of a non-resident vehicle.
Huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Again, Your Honor, NRS 483.385, the registration of a non-resident owner.
Whatever you say, Tyrant Man. Whatever you say.
Again, under that particular statute, under section 6, okay, if you don't qualify as a I'm sorry, let me back up, Your Honor. Basically, it is our posit that the state has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Blandino is a non.
So I think Gearson's doing the best job that he can. He's trying to make the case that the state has not met its burden. So he's not really. It's not like the Gearson is trying to argue like, you know, Kim's theory necessarily, but he's simply trying to point out that the state has not met its burden, which is, I mean, the best that he can do in this situation.
Is a resident. He has maintained from day one. He has maintained throughout this entire trial. He is a non-resident. Okay. Anything from he has an identification out of Arizona.
I mean, that's fair. Says the
property or a place to go in Montana.
Possibly.
And he believes, as he's mentioned over and over again, that he is a citizen of the Kingdom of Israel. He has produced a passport that he claims shows that. So given all of this, and that, again, he has been under the care and custody of the state of Nevada as an inmate or probationer, etc., for all this time. He has basically said he can't leave, and this is not his residence. Residence is a legal term, Your Honor, and it has to do with where you intend to reside.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem that Blandino. You could scream and shout until your throat is sore that you intend to your intention is to reside in the state of Israel, but the problem is that we can glean intent through your actions. We don't have to rely on your stated words. And your actions have suggested that you've always intended to remain within the geographic borders of the United States, and in particular, the geographic borders of the state of Nevada. You know, that old adage, actions speak louder than words.
Mr. Blandino has repeatedly said this is not where he intends to reside. He's taking care of Ms. Pendergrass's affairs. He's under the care of PNP, etc., that he's just not a resident. Regardless, Your Honor, so again, we would say they have not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that he is a resident. As a result, it is an inapplicable statute. And again, remember, the registration we're talking about, he's not driving around unregistered. He's not doing that. He's driving around in a car that is permanently registered because it's a perk, a boon of having a residency in Montana. So it was a completely registered vehicle. I asked the officers during cross-examination, was he illegal for purposes of registration? No, it was just, this idea that he's not a resident. So again, the state has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that he violated the statute. However, if Your Honor gets past that, Section 6 of NRS 482.385 says a person who violates the provisions of subsection 1, 3, or 5 is guilty of a misdemeanor and, except as otherwise provided in this subsection, shall be punished by a fine of $1,000. Okay? The fine imposed pursuant to this subsection is in addition to any fine or penalty imposed for the other alleged violation or events for which the vehicle was halted or its driver arrested pursuant to subsection 4, which is inapplicable here. So, at its worst, Your Honor, at its worst, this particular statute exposes Mr. Blandino to a $1,000 fine. At its worst, there is no remanding. There's no time.
Well, yeah, I don't expect failing to register is something that's going to put you in prison. I think that'd be a little bit too out of pocket. I mean, it's something they're going to fine you for God's sake. I feel like he's not really saying much here. Yeah, of course, failing to register is not going to give you jail time.
Ascribed to this. And here's where there's a little bit of a problem, Your Honor, because you all, and whatever you want to call them, pre-trials, hearings, whatever, Mr. Dickerson has repeatedly said that the state was seeking jail time. And neither of these statutes allow for jail time. So, again, Mr. Blandino wants me to obviously put forward.
Hey, thank you for the raid, Biggin. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. We're finishing up Mr. Blandino's trial. You're in for a treat. We're already at closing arguments.
That is bad faith on the part of the state. They repeatedly said he was going to face jail time. He was going to face time. Nowhere in either of the charges, nowhere in either of the statutes is there an allowance for actual incarceration. There is produce a document that either produce a driver's license or produce this disqualification. Or, and then in this next statute, I'm going to fine you $1,000. That's the worst that can happen to Mr. Blandino. There is no time allowed. And unfortunately, that is what Mr. Dickerson was calling for the entire time. It was on the record, et cetera. So, given that, again, we don't believe the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he is liable for any of this. If Your Honor believes he is liable, he has given you the document of disqualification in the first statute. That's all that there is. And in the second statute, again, up to $1,000. That's what you can do. If you find him to have been at fault, overarching everything, you heard Mr. Blandino testify, there was no evil design. There was no intent here to obfuscate, to game the system, anything of that nature.
So no mens rea.
I'm sorry?
No mens rea.
No mens rea, Your Honor. I mean,
Yeah, but the problem is like failing to have a valid driver's license and failure to register is a strict liability. It's a general intent crime. The state does not need to prove that you intended to violate the statute.
As we refer back to law school.
I teach that in my course at UNLV, Your Honor. I got a little, but yes, where's the mens rea? Now, again, look, I'll just be honest. You could argue these are strict liability statutes, but again,
I would.
There is a particular statute out there, Your Honor. NRS 194.
Hey, and welcome, Raiders. Please hit that like button. It really helps me out. Thank you.
010, and it talks about persons capable of committing.
Gearson's pulling out the big guns. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Gearson.
Section 7 says persons who committed the act or made the omission charge through misfortune or by accident when it appears that there was no evil design, intention, or culpable negligence. You know, I'm in a tough spot here, Your Honor. I mean, I don't want to call Mr. Blandino a sad sack, but he believes these things that he's doing. He believes he's doing them in the name of his God, and they're part of his religious beliefs. And I understand, the Jamestown Massacre was the same thing. Not to conflate them, but
goodness,
Mr. Blandino does not believe he has no evil design. There has been no intent, and of course, with the registration, it was a legally registered car. I mean, he wasn't trying to beat anything. So, all of that included, Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Blandino, the state has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Blandino is liable for the criminal acts he's charged with.
All right, Mr. Dickerson, your reply.
Thank you, Your Honor. The evidence is overwhelming in this traffic trial as to Mr. Blandino's guilt. Mr. Blandino even admits that he didn't have a driver's license from any state, not from the state of Nevada, not from anywhere else. That what he was purporting to be his driver's license, he created at Kinko's and FedEx. The argument that defense counsel wants to proffer of a mistake of fact, apparently, like a mistake of fact argument,
yeah,
is belied by the record. and the evidence that is included here. I think that what they're trying to shoehorn in is a mistake of law apparent defense, which is not a defense at all. Mr. Blandino testified extensively about how he's done research into the law. He's looked at these things for years. And further, we look at all the paperwork, and
Sorry, guys, the void is here.
he made a huge point of it. His efforts to conceal his address on the basis of residency by putting care up.
Yep. And I think that helps establish that he knows what he's doing, and he's trying to game the system by putting in a care of in order to disassociate himself from the state of Nevada, despite being physically present here.
Further shows his intent. Nonetheless, there's no specific intent required for this crime. There's no intent to violate the law required for this crime. Merely the fact that he did any of this knowingly is enough. He did all of this knowingly. That being the act of operating a motor vehicle on the roads in Clark County without a driver's license. That's what he did. That's the bottom line. The evidence shows that his reporting address for P&P has been maintained the entire time at 441 North 16th Street. Detective Meade has seen him there 15 to 20 times from 2016 until 2023. Search warrant was served as a residence in 2019 with the indication that he was living there at the time his documents were found there. He even indicates that this Montana thing that he has going on, it's not even his residence. He says somebody else owns it, but I can go there whenever I want. This is, again, the defense here is frankly ridiculous. He's trying to pull the wool over the court's eyes by, for years, making efforts to hide his actual address or hide his actual residence in Clark County, Nevada, as a United States citizen in an effort, a deliberate effort to try to avoid any criminal liability for anything in this state or with the U.S. government. Mr. Blandino, just like anybody else, is subject to the laws of this state. And with that, we take a look at the crimes. As far as the driver's license, I agree. He's subject to the penalty in there, which says get a driver's license or provide a notice of disqualification. And what has been admitted into evidence is not a notice of disqualification. Moreover, that comes after conviction. What we have in the record is a notice of denial or disqualification. Nothing about this indicates that he's disqualified from having a license in the state of Nevada. The evidence is clear that he didn't have one, that these documents he created in Kinko's are not a valid license, and that he was operating a vehicle on our roadway, and that he'd been living here for years before this. He is a resident of the state of Nevada, and it's not something that he's under some sort of coercion to be here because he's on probation. You heard that even in 2019, he wasn't on parole, right? He wasn't on parole when he was living at that address. 2016, he's living at that address as well. This is voluntary. Further, as you pointed out to him, he's indicated that he's employed in the state. He indicated to the Division of Parole and Probation in his required reporting documents 30 days before, at least 30 days before this event in September of 2022, that he was employed in this state as a home care.
That's not a good idea, Cam. I mean, if you're establishing that you had gainful employment a month before the incident, that helps to establish residency.
For Evelyn Pendergrast, who lived at that address. So he's conducting business in the state, and he is residing there at that address, taking care of it. It's uncontroverted that he needed to get a driver's license if he was going to be operating those vehicles in the state. And further, what I would say is that when convicted, he should be ordered to get a driver's license because he's
And I guess
clearly not
I want
disqualified.
to stop you real quickly. So what are under the old penalties? I mean, here's the problem I've got. AB 116 comes in and says, we're going to make things civil infractions. That's why we have to then designate whether they're misdemeanors or not. Because the statute says that if not designated as a penalty of a misdemeanor, felony, or a gross misdemeanor, it will be considered a civil infraction for all driving violations. That's why they have to then designate them as misdemeanors. They did then go in 2023 and designate certain things as misdemeanors, so that it then goes to the criminal division. If it's not designated, it then goes to civil infractions. The legislature's intent was to change things so that nobody is going to be convicted of a misdemeanor for a driving infraction they figure is a minor infraction. So that doesn't prevent you from going to school and getting a job and things like that. So they have to then designate this is a misdemeanor. If not designated as a misdemeanor, it's a civil infraction. So under the statute that he is in under, I would assume it would be a misdemeanor because they designated it as a misdemeanor in 2023.
Yeah, and because
So what is the
penalty is
penalty?
not provided, right? Here it indicates that the court shall require. It does not indicate that that is the penalty, right? It does not specifically indicate, as Mr. Gerstein argues, that this is the penalty for the charge. This is just a requirement that the court has, so it would fall under the catch-all of being a misdemeanor, since it indicates that it's an unlawful act. Specifically in subsection 1, it is unlawful. The court just has to order that as part of it. It does not say that that is the penalty, so it's not prescribed in the statute. It falls to the catch-all.
So the penalties of a misdemeanor are applicable.
Yes, that's what I would suggest to this court. That would be the accurate reading of the law. Further, we looked at
Mr.
subsection.
Gerstein, I'm gonna,
We looked at subsection.
I get the final say, but I'm gonna let you jump in on that one.
Yeah, I just want to say, if we're having an argument
Stop
about
for a
this,
second, Mr.
if we're having an argument, I'd just like to, again, Your Honor, like I said, the court, the statute says shall.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of already jumping the gun here. If we're already quibbling over the maximum penalty, I feel like I feel like we already kind of know what the judge is thinking here in terms of guilt or innocence.
The court shall do this. That's fine. I mean, you're required to require what's going on. That, shall. So again,
That's under the new one.
No, it's under the old one as well.
Well, I'm saying it shall be, or is a misdemeanor, but that's the new statute.
No, but again, Your Honor, if I may, just one moment so I can pull the statute. Under the old statute, NRS 483.550, Section 2, it literally says, the court shall require any person convicted of violating this section to obtain a valid driver's license or produce notice of disqualification from the department. So within the statute, it provides the penalty, which is that the court shall require. I mean, this isn't DMV versus, in a DUI situation where there's divergent paths that could happen. It's telling the court, if you find this is a violation, this is what you gotta hand down.
Can I continue?
Well, hold on, I mean, I'll let you make that argument, because I did ask him that question on there.
Well, that's all I want to say, Your
But
Honor.
it was considered back then a misdemeanor. Then in 2023, when they have to designate, if it's not designated as a misdemeanor, felony or gross misdemeanor,
Sure.
it's a civil infraction.
And I
So then
understand,
they have to go through and name all of the ones they determine are
and I understand
misdemeanors.
that, Your Honor.
So the history of the legislature's intent was that this was to remain a misdemeanor.
And that's
Which means under the penalties of misdemeanor, I'm entitled to order 6 months,
only,
$1,000 fine.
Your Honor, if I can just have 1 second to pull the statute. And that was that 193,
Well, let me have Mr. Dixon finish. I'm gonna let you do a quick response, and Mr. Dixon will have the final.
So to that point,
Ow!
judges, that is
Mike is exacting vengeance against me and is nibbling at my toes.
not prescribing the penalty for the statute, so it still goes under the catch-all, because we look for, like, for instance, NRS 4823961, which is non-resident business permit. That indicates the penalties within the statute. And so we looked at subsection 5 of that. The way that the legislature writes that is very different. It said, a person who violates the provisions of this section is guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be punished. And then it indicates, for the first offense, a fine of not more than $500, right? So there the legislature specifically indicated, not the court shall do this, but the person shall be punished. It's clearly defining that that's a punishment statute, which is not contained within that driver's license statute. It is just another requirement on top of it being a misdemeanor under the catch-all that the court has to order him to get a driver's license or show that he's actually disqualified. He's not shown that he's disqualified. And then further to their argument regarding NRS 482.385 subsection 6, same thing there, right? So the legislature has said that the person is guilty of a misdemeanor. And then there was some emphasis put on by Mr. Gerstein of except as otherwise provided in this subsection, which, mind you, finding him guilty of a misdemeanor is in the subsection, which is also specifically enumerated in another statute as having punishment subscribed to it. But then it goes on that the person shall be punished by a $1,000 fine. This is of note because when we looked at the punishments for misdemeanors under NRS 193.150, it indicates that the person can be punished by 6 months in jail or $1,000 fine or both. So where in this statute it's indicating to the court you have to impose that $1,000 fine for this offense. But because it's a misdemeanor, he also can be sent to jail, and that's to the judicial discretion that you have. But the fine is something that would be mandatory. Neither of those statutes prohibit misdemeanor punishment. It's clear that he's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of both these crimes, indicating that he's living at that address for years. He can't tell you where he's a resident of. He's a resident of nowhere, apparently, of a country that doesn't even exist, only the one that he made himself an ambassador of. So with that, Your Honor, I ask that you find him guilty of both offenses. This is a pervasive problem that we can address afterwards, but my request for punishment would come afterwards as well.
All right,
Your Honor, may I just make one point,
I'm gonna,
please?
it's out of the ordinary, but I'll allow, because I did ask questions regarding.
I understand.
So I'll allow that, but Mr. Dixon's gonna have the final.
It's 1 point, Your Honor, just 1 point. NRS 193.150 is the
15 or 050?
150.
Now he's nomming at my fingers.
193.150 says if you're convicted of a misdemeanor, this is the punishment. And then it says, unless the statute in force at the time of commission of such misdemeanor prescribed a different penalty. Okay? So it's our contention that both of these statutes prescribe a different penalty. That is, the driver's license 483.550 says you either got to get a driver's license or produce a notice of disqualification. And then the registration literally says a person who violates the provisions of this subsection, guilty of a misdemeanor and is except as otherwise provided in this subsection, if there aren't any other provisions, shall be punished by a fine of $1,000.
Right.
So neither of those statutes allow for incarceration.
Mr. Dixon, your response to that and final say.
My points have been made as far as what this indicates. This is the statute indicating that the fine is mandatory, it has to happen. But because it indicates before that he is guilty of a misdemeanor, he has the full penalties of the misdemeanor available to him. It just makes the fine mandatory. As to the driver's license offense, that too does not indicate punishment at all. Nothing about that statute indicates punishment. It just indicates what the court has to require upon conviction, and that's getting a driver's license or actually showing that he's disqualified, which he has not done. He's guilty of both. He doesn't get to get out of it by having some denial here. And also on that.
All right, the court having heard the testimony on this matter, having reviewed the testimony and the documents provided, the evidence provided, the testimony given by.
I mean, Thomas, I would say he's guilty of both statutes. There are arguments about the punishment. I couldn't tell you. It's a lot more murky in terms of what would be the applicable punishment involved. But in terms of the actual crimes he's been charged of, I'd say he's guilty.
By the witnesses, including Mr. Blandino himself, the court does find the state has met its burden at this time, finding by unreasonable doubt. As to the charge of count 2, resident failing to obtain a Nevada registration, and do acknowledge that Mr. Blandino was residing here at the time he.
Yep, and there it is, guilty.
His employer was Home Health Care for EV. He indicated he was residing here. There was testimony given that in 2019, he was residing at that residence, the same residence, whether he's going back and forth on visiting or vacation or some of that. His residence is 441 North 16th Street. We've seen Blandino there numerous times from 2016 to 2023. 2019, there were trucks at the residence. The trucks were the same trucks that were stopped in 2022, on September 16, 2022. It needed to be registered at that time. It was not registered. Further, and the court does find that the state has met its burden on beyond a reasonable doubt of driving without a valid license. The information provided by Mr. Blandino at the time was that he did not have a valid driver's license. The indication from the Boulder City, that discovery, Mr. Blandino indicated that at one time he did have a license from Arizona and Nevada, so he understood the requirements required for that. That being said, finding that Mr. Blandino is guilty of these charges, and also NRS 483.141, residents define your employer. It defines where you consider your employer or where your employment is. Mr. Blandino.
Well, there it is.
His employment was taking care of Miss Evie at 441 North 16th Street. Penalties, at this time, Mr. Dickerson, your argument for penalties.
Get rotated.
So, Mr. Blandino is pervasive for years at these exact crimes and trying to skirt the law. Looking at just the Justice Court records alone, we're looking at 2008, 2010, multiple in 2011, multiple in 2012, 2019, and then ultimately brings us here. All of these, 2010, 2008, and 2011, 2012, non-resident vehicle registration, both in 2012. Driving without a valid license in 2011. Insurance required and then pled down to illegal parking in 2011. Unlawful transfer of license plates and unregistered vehicle in 2011. Failure to obtain Nevada registration in 2011. Failure to obtain Nevada registration in 2011 and 2010. Driving without a valid license. Residency plates within 60 days required. Further, in 2010, more the same, and then in 2011, resident to obtain driver's license within 30 days. Mr. Blandino has purposely been doing this for years. This is different than somebody who just comes before your honor, has been here for 60 days, and didn't get their driver's license, or register their vehicle. Mr. Blandino does this to play games. He does this to play games with the court. He does this to play games all around because he gets a rise out of trying to figure out how he can skirt around the law and what he can do to get in here to entertain himself.
Which I do agree with, Kim. You have a way of weaseling yourself out of judicial orders, judicial declarations, and statements to an asinine level. I gotta say, like, you're good at it. You're very good at it because you do your best to weasel your way out of requirements and obligations by going through the terminology of what's being ordered.
By presenting some legal argument that he's a citizen of a country that doesn't even exist, and an ambassador, self-promoted and self-proclaimed, in fact, by the documents that he created at FedEx. This is the point where it has to stop. He has to be ordered to get a driver's license, no doubt, because what he's been doing for years just obviously isn't working, and he's clearly trying to pretend like he can't get one. But he does need to serve jail time.
Bye.
He needs to serve jail time for these crimes because this is not his lapse of judgment. This is all, in fact, purposeful. For years, he has been doing this, Your Honor. And you even see that he sends the Boulder City District, or Boulder City City Attorney, a false document as his driver's license, which they bid off on all those years ago and dismissed the case against him. Further, I want to pull up his record real quick if I can.
Stop nomming on my pinky.
As well. So, Mr. Blandino has had traffic citations in the city of Las Vegas, multiple in 2013, one in 2012, one in 2010, one in 2018. Ultimately, in several of those, at least one of those, he was convicted because that's what his last felony trial was based on, the same type of thing. Also, driving without a license being one of those, and then ultimately him going after the judge who found him guilty in that case as a result. But it again shows it's not just here in Clark County, it's also in the city of Las Vegas. These things have
It's the
been
same place.
two
Clark
different,
County and the city of Las Vegas they're the same thing.
two different
Well,
jurisdictions.
they're two
But
different.
it's the same.
Geographically, yes, but the legal
Fair enough.
document is two separate entities.
These courts have been dealing with this same type of nonsense for years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's
True.
why I asked that there be jail time that is imposed and jail time that is suspended. I would ask for 6 months to be imposed and 6 months to be suspended. And then I would ask for the other,
Damn. So Gearson is definitely wants to drop the hammer. Because normally in a normal situation, no state attorney would be asking for 6 months in jail for failing to register and driving without a valid license. But Gearson knows that Kim, you kind of have a habit of Gearson knows your antics, and he knows that you need to get a wake up call. So that's why he's dropping the hammer.
requirements that he get a driver's license and that he get this vehicle registered in the state of Nevada, and a $1,000 fine that's required on that as well.
Mr. Dixon, I'm sorry. Mr. Dixon?
Thank you, Your Honor. And it's literally the same argument I made prior, which is the statutes at issue we believe do not allow for jail time. The one statute for the driver's license is get this document. Mr. Dickerson doesn't agree with the document, but again, it's from the DMV. I think there's a certified copy. He put it in. You know, I don't understand his argument that it's not valid. There's something wrong with it. Whatever. If the DMV accepted it, there you go. He got his thing. He got his notice of disqualification. He's disqualified from getting a driver's license. So, right, basically he can't drive now. Okay, he doesn't have a driver's license. Until he does, fine. But it doesn't require jail time. And with regard to the registration, again, Your Honor, it says you can fine him up to $1,000. It doesn't say you can fine him up to $1,000 and do this. Because again, if we go back to NRS 193.150, unless the statute enforced at the time of the commission of such misdemeanor prescribed a different penalty. A different penalty is prescribed for the registration. And again, Your Honor, remember, it's this, Mr. Dickerson is claiming, he's some wild man driving around, unregistered, uninsured. People pick up tickets, we get that. He had a legitimately registered vehicle. It was legitimately registered in Montana, but that again, you've found him guilty, but to then incarcerate him when all the statute says is you can fine him $1,000, just doesn't seem.
Or 6 months in jail.
No, again, Your Honor, it doesn't seem to say that, okay? I mean, it says if you violate it, $1,000. But think about what we're saying, Your Honor. You know, here's a gentleman who got out of his car to warn somebody their light was out. He had a registered vehicle, and now you want to put him in jail. Not you, I mean, the state wants to put him in jail for that. And that just seems excessive, heavy-handed.
No, Gearston, I know you're doing your best. Gearston. But it's hard to only look at these things in a vacuum. Some states require you to do that. But I think most people are going to look at Kim's prior actions and not just simply look at the infractions themselves in a vacuum.
And antithetical to the statutes and our statutory schema as it stands today.
Kristen, if I'm ever in trouble, you're the first one I call.
Thank you.
If, hopefully you'll be arguing St. Peter to get me in, because
I don't think I'll have to do that.
your arguments, I can't. I understand, I understand you've done a great job on this matter. I don't mean to downplay what you've done, because you can bring up some unique arguments on this matter.
Yes, I will also say that. And you know what? Gearston, for dealing with what he had, I think he did as good of a job as anybody could have.
I think Mr. Mr. Blandino understands what he's doing. I think there's an issue there. At one point, I thought maybe he doesn't fully understand, but I agree with Mr. Dickerson that he understands what's going on. It's been going on for a while. He has a driver's license. He has a driver's license in Arizona. He has a driver's license in Nevada. He seems to take pleasure in filing and doing all these things. There's orders that he's not to file in district court. He's a litigious litigant. And I can't punish a person for believing in what he believes in, but there's laws in here, there's statutes, and they're specifically there for reasons. To make sure that people are registered, to make sure that they're driving around, to make sure that they're not driving without insurance so that somebody doesn't get hurt.
Yep.
To make sure we know what vehicles are there, for tax purposes even. You know, if you're living here, you're residing here, you're working here, you need to pay your taxes here too, because that you're benefiting from the roads that are being maintained, from the parks that are being built, and that's why we have people who have registrations and things like that. It is one of those reasons. Now, as much as it's been a pain in the butt to hear these cases, I don't believe that a jail time this time is appropriate, but my order without teeth will not apply to Mr. Blandino unless I put some teeth on this. That's why I'm going to do this. As to the charge of driving with no registration, $250 fine or 17 hours of community service, 30 days in Clark County Detention Center, I will suspend that 30 days. As to
30 days suspended.
$250 fine, 30 days suspended sentence, or 17 hours of community service that is consecutive. So it's a $500 fine or 30
consecutive. A consecutive. So if he messes up, it's 60 days. So if Blandino messes up, it's 60 days, not 30 days. He says it's consecutive.
Community service, both are suspended, 30 days suspended. They will be consecutive if ever imposed. You have a 10-day notice to appeal on this matter. You file that within 10 days. Transcripts will be provided if you provide that. You will stay on as the appellate attorney until the point comes that you wish to get out, because you may or may not questioning. As an appellate attorney, you may want something else, I understand. Ineffective assistance counsel, all that stuff comes up. So, you know, if you want, I think district court or whatever will allow you to get off there as an appellate attorney. I think under the restrictions, we have to file some notices of appeal that you're required to do so. And so that is your requirement, but other than that.
Yes, sir.
I do believe that it has to be suspended sentence ordered, because if he doesn't do it, and what
So what he got was $250 fines for both counts. So that's $500, and or 17 hours of community service for both counts. So that'd be 34 hours of community service.
he's been doing for the last couple of years, I think he needs some restrictions. He will serve that time. If there is no appeal that overturns my conviction, and I'm ordering him to do this, if he fails to do it, he will serve every day of that 30 days on count 1 and or count 2, and every day on the count 3. He will serve every day of that 30 days if he fails to do the requirements. Do you understand, Mr. Blandino? The answer is yes or no. Anything more than that, and we're talking about contempt. All right, now, I will give a
Can we get those
6
penalties
month.
one more time, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
Can we get those penalties one more time?
$250, and I'm saying count 2 because count 1 was dismissed. Count 2 is a $250 fine, 30 days suspended. Count 3, $250 fine or 30 days suspended. He has a right to do community service. 17 hours on count 1, 17 hours on count 3, all of it consecutive. Total fine is $500, 33 hours of community service, 60 days suspended, 30 on 1, 30 on 2.
Oh, 33
all
hours.
Concurrent, consecutive. All run consecutive, 10-day notice of appeal. Anything further of this court at this time?
I think we need the order
6
that he gets the driver's license.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
And I would also mention that
Daniel Linger, Artie, question: are all nationalities driver's license recognized in the U.S.? No. No. There's a compact that's usually done. So, for example, the United States has an agreement with, I believe, Mexico and Canada, so that a Canadian license and I think a Mexican license are valid in the United States, but not like every other country in Europe's license is automatically recognized in the United States. It's going to depend on the nation, and it's going to depend on the nation. So, no, it's not automatic.
again, going back to the original argument under subsection 6, that it seems that the registration has to be $1,000 fine.
I don't think it has to be 1,000. I thought it was 210.
So the, under registration of a vehicle for somebody violating it under subsection 6, that was my position, is that when it says he shall be punished by a fine of 1,000, that it makes it mandatory.
All right. I disagree with that. I'm going to order the 250 on that one. If there's something different, you can say that. Under NRS 483.550, although he's done it January 29, 2024, the conviction, once he's convicted, he is then required to go get a notice of denial or disqualification regarding a driver's license. He's required to get that. I have a 6-month return court date on this for all requirements to be included, including another notice of denial or disqualification.
All right, so he has 6 months to, to fulfill his community service, if he's going to go that route, as well as get his notice of disqualification.
Driver's license.
That's for the driver's license.
Yeah, so he either needs to get a driver's license
Or
not a denial.
or show proof of notice of denial or disqualification.
No, notice of a
There it is.
disqualification.
Yes. So he either has to, under that statute, he either has to get the driver's license or another notice of denial or disqualification. Now, if he feels that he doesn't need to provide documentation to the DMV, which is proper documentation, that'll be an argument. There'll be a problem there. The state can argue that he is not following through on the statute, which is he's to attempt to get it. And if he fails to provide documentation to them, willfully fails, if he doesn't have it, that's one thing. If he doesn't want to produce it, that becomes another issue. He's required to get a driver's license or show notice of denial or disqualification.
So the notice of denial does not apply. That does not get him out of it. He got denied here because he didn't take the driver's license.
That's what I'm saying. If he
So he
comes
has to
in,
get disqualification.
if he comes in,
Yes, he has to get because what he's showing is a notice of denial of disqualification. He needs to get an actual disqualification or get an actual driver's license.
and says that if he doesn't provide the proper documentation,
Your Honor, what Mr. Dickerson is sort of alluding to is the title of the document is notice of denial or disqualification. So the DMV just fills this out. So what I don't want Mr. Blandino to come back is,
he may be disqualified because of a medical reason.
No, I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is that the document itself is entitled the same.
Yeah.
Mr. Dickerson is saying, no, I want disqualification. I don't want to see this document that says denial or disqualification, but they don't have that document.
The document that we've got, under
Okay.
RS 483550, he's got to go, but he's got to provide the documents. In other words, when they requested to provide this document.
And here's the intriguing part, Your Honor. Again, I know where this is going to go. My client has been requesting the return of his passports, which is his only documentation.
Where are those at?
These are fake
In
documents.
this document, in this,
Those are invalid, and those are not real documents, those are not gonna qualify. And those are, the way that he's using those is criminal. And so he wants to go and further use them in a criminal manner, is what he's indicating here, and commit a fraud on a state agency.
Well, I think the problem is, I think either the state dismissed it or the court dismissed the fraud charge.
We will prosecute for that.
6-month return court date.
October,
Right.
sorry,
Go ahead.
October 17, 8:30.
I got the exhibits up here. The one that had not been admitted on court exhibit.
did.
What?
I apologize. What was the return time?
8:30.
8:30. Thank you.
All right.
October 17th.
No, you cannot make a record. Well, that was fun. Altogether not expected. Not unexpected, I should say. Shout out to Gearston. He did the best damn job I think he could have given. There's no part 3. He's got a 6-month or not 6 months, a 60-day suspended sentence, barring him completing community service, as well as either getting a license, a Nevada license, or getting a notice of disqualification. We're not at part 3, at least not yet. All right, let's go to a palate cleanser, okay? I have not seen this one yet from Van Balian, so I guess we can take a look at this, right? Who is this person? What are they doing? What's going on? I have no idea. But before we do that, let's give me running over my eek. All right, good. All right, what's going on here?
Know that I have this issue, so please allow me to go along my business, okay? I'm trying to go travel to get my mail. I just came.
Do you have driver's license, proof of insurance, and registration for this vehicle?
Okay, first of all, I love how this deputy just ignores his insane ramblings and remains professional. This only serves to frustrate our soft-sit friend as the stop progresses, which I find mildly amusing. Secondly, if you've already been pulled over for no registration and you continue to drive on public roads without fixing that issue...
Why are y'all warning me ahead of time about this? Is this really that bad?
That's on no one else but you.
Sir, I do not have registration for the vehicle because I got the title and I lost the title, like I said that before. You already... Now,
That is a very stupid thing to do, to lose the title of your
I have
car.
the right to travel in this country without a license to travel in my personal vehicle. You want to go there?
Do you have a driver's license?
I have a license.
On Tuesday, hey, out of invited judges, it's in the chat. Shout out. You're recording Chili at Good Springs Justice Court. I guess this is for the latest charge.
That last time when I didn't want to,
May I see your
because
driver's license?
why? What's your reason for asking for my license? You can't ask for my ID unless I've committed a
In
crime.
the state of Oregon, you have to provide.
That's a federal law, sir.
It's the state of
It's a
That's a state law. That's a state law, not federal law. What?
federal law. That's my Fourth Amendment right to travel freely. You do not have the right to accost my right to travel.
And here's me thinking the doctrine of the right to travel, which encompasses three separate rights, is very well established and very easy to look up. But this guy, for some reason, thinks the Fourth Amendment covers it.
Do you have?
Are you hearing me? You didn't hear it last time, and then he figured it out.
Do you have?
I have the right to travel. The Supreme Court just ruled that out.
Which
you
one?
don't have the right to stop me, sir.
Yes, I do.
I haven't committed a crime.
You do not have a front license.
That's not a crime. What kind of crime is it? That's a moving violation. That's a not.
But in the state of Oregon, as far as I know, in the state of Oregon, that is reasonable suspicion to stop you. It's a valid reason for the cops to stop you. So.
Not a crime, sir.
Violation.
It's not a crime. You can't
Okay.
ask for my ID.
Whether it's a violation or a crime, they're still they have the authority to stop you and cite you for it.
Without a crime, unless I committed a crime, correct? Correct? Yes or no?
In the state of Oregon.
You cannot ask for my ID unless I've committed a crime, correct?
Listen to me.
Why ask questions when you're not giving the other person time to answer it? It's like talking to Paul. Why ask questions when you don't even give the other person a time to even answer it? Dingbat.
Correct. You've committed a traffic infraction, therefore you are required by law to produce your driver's license. And no amount of semantics and word salad will change that fact.
In the state of Oregon, you have to.
This is a federal law, sir.
Proof of ID.
A federal law. Do you understand? Federal law supersedes state law.
Well, yes, federal law can supersede
welcome, Maria.
state law, but only when that law is in conflict. And before you ask, no, whining, crying, and misinterpreting the law on the side of the road doesn't count as a conflict.
It is a misdemeanor to not have proof of identification on the state of Oregon. Do you have proof of identification on you?
It's a misdemeanor to not have ID on you in the state of Oregon?
Yes, it is.
Can you show me that law first?
have that on you.
Can you please call your supervisor out here right now,
You have
please?
that on you.
Can you please call
Supervisor.
your I'm requesting a supervisor, and this gentleman is not giving me. First of all, I need your supervisor out here right now.
Supervisor's on his way.
Okay, thank you.
Supervisor for him.
Thank you. Because you guys are harassing me now.
Okay, first of all, being held accountable for your actions is not harassment, so drop the persecution complex, it's not a good look. And secondly, he compares a cop asking for a license to a crack addiction later on in the video. But
What?
I could say the same thing about a soft sit demanding to speak to a supervisor on every single stop. The difference is a cop asking for a license is based in actual law, unlike his need for a supervisor, which is based on emotion and fees.
You are harassing me. You were on that traffic stop, sir. You know that I've already been pulled over in this vehicle and explained to your office that I have insurance on this vehiple.
Okay.
And you
Do you?
already ran my license.
I have not
Okay.
my license.
My license has already been run in the system, sir.
But that
The last time.
does not count for today.
Okay, and I wasn't going to, but I wanted to explain to him exactly how this law works. So we're going to get your supervisor.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if the cop stops you again, it's a separate interaction. Like, you could get stopped for the same crime if you're spotted. Continue to drive without a license or without a tag.
Out here,
This
please.
is like a way different traffic stop.
Okay, please get your supervisor out here so we can speak to your supervisor.
Hi.
Mr. Warner.
No, he. It's always the best when they know them straight from the get-go. Ah, Mr. Warner, how you doing today?
Of course, the supervisor knows who this guy is. Now, why doesn't that surprise me?
He was on my last traffic stop. I just bought this vehicle, Tom. They pulled me over and ran my license, which I let him in. Tom, under the Fourth Amendment, I do not have.
You know, it's a supervisor on a first name basis.
Need a license to travel.
You do on Oregon State highways.
But it's a federal. It's the Fourth Amendment, Tom. Will you please? You're the supervisor. Will you please look at this?
I'm not going to.
Will you please look into this, Tom? You're the
supervisor. I'm not going to
supervisor.
argue with you.
I just got pulled over, Tom. They checked my insurance. They've already checked this vehicle. And this gentleman was on the stop. So why is he harassing me?
I'm telling you that on an Oregon...
Tom, I'd like to go along my way, please.
You have to have an Oregon driver's license.
Okay, sir, I'd like to go along my way, Tom. I'd like to travel freely and go about my way.
Driver's license.
I already showed him my license, and this gentleman was on the stop.
Dude, come on, surely you cannot be this dumb to think showing your license to a different officer on a previous stop, a stop this deputy was part of in some capacity, means you don't ever have to show your license again on future stops. Please tell me you're trolling us, because nobody can be this dumb. Can they?
See, that's my problem. This is harassment, Tom.
As the stop was being ended, I just backed up.
But that's what I'm saying. He was already there. I've already been let go, Tom. Please let me go, Tom, about my business. Or write me a ticket, because I'm going to take this county. If you don't understand, you guys need to stop people pulling people
Threatens lawsuit. Add that one.
over for harassing them. The Fourth Amendment gives you the right to travel without
No, it does
a
not.
license. This
Not even close. What are you talking about?
court. Would you guys please address that? Please address it.
Well, first of all, they are not there to, nor are they obliged to address your insane ramblings on the side of the road. They just don't get paid enough for that. Secondly, you keep using the words right to travel, Fourth Amendment, and the Supreme Court. And, well...
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Inconceivable! Of course it's an RV. Of course it's an RV. Oh, of course.
This is harassment, man.
I'm getting to explain the stop.
You guys, I explained to the supervisor out here that I've already been pulled over in this vehicle, and they know this. This guy here was on the stop, and he's acting like he wasn't there.
No, you just don't understand how traffic stops work, that's all. Plus, he admitted to you on camera that he was there on the previous stop. It even makes sense why he might be vague on the details. One, because he wasn't the primary officer, and two, because you're just not the centre of his world. Also, why do you even have a rear tag if by your own logic you don't need one?
And he didn't come up in here and ask and already know that I've already been let go by this county. Because I have a valid license, and I have valid insurance on this vehicle. I'm just having an issue because I just bought it with the tags. That's all it is.
By issue, do you mean driving without registration after a warning or ticket on a previous stop, which would make this traffic stop perfectly legitimate and make you a soft-sit Karen for making this a bigger deal than it needs to be?
So I'm just asking them to... Tom, will you please recognize what I'm saying?
Tracy, this is my traffic stop, okay?
Okay, that's your supervisor, so I'm not talking to you anymore. I'd like to talk to...
Well, that's very rude.
Request to your supervisor, so you're out of the traffic stop, please.
He's asking you for a driver's
Please.
Do you have a driver's license?
Sir, are you aware that it is illegal to ask me for my license under the Fourth Amendment? I have the right to travel freely I have not committed a crime. And unless I've committed a crime, you do not have the right to stop me. That's called accosting me. Tom, you know I know my rights, Tom.
That is something
I know my rights.
you feel free to argue that with the judge. Alongside of the road is not the place to make this argument.
Okay, first of all, you should know this being an ex-cop, but you don't get to decide which officer conducts the traffic stop just because you don't like what you're hearing. And secondly, for someone who knows his rights, you're doing a great job of hiding it, because in no way is it illegal or unreasonable for a cop to ask you to produce your driver's license for a registration plate violation. And finally, the supervisor you demanded is 100% correct. The side of the road is not the place to make this argument. You make it in Zoom court where the judge can rip you a new one.
Tom, I'm going to tell you right now, please, sir, your department has already checked this vehicle and let me go. And he was on that traffic stop. I'm asking you right now to be let go. If you ask me for my license, Tom, I'm going to go after. And I'll make us think about this, Tom. I've let you when I reported the murder to you, and you didn't do anything about it, Tom.
The murder! What?
Let's not forget that. I had that on my live stream, Tom. No, don't. Because do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at this, Tom?
I saw your live stream, and I know what you reported, and it was looked into.
How come nobody ever called me, Tom?
Well, maybe it's because they are not obliged to contact you, or maybe you're just not as important as you think you are. Have you ever considered that? Also, I can't believe I have to explain this to a grown adult, but just because you were licensed and insured on a previous stop doesn't necessarily mean you are now.
Also true. And just because you're at a brand new stop, you were stopped previously, even if you were stopped yesterday, if you're stopped today, you gotta still provide your license, registration, insurance.
Nor does it mean you never have to produce your documents on future traffic stops.
How come never anybody asked, Tom? So let me go about my business and freely travel, Tom, because that's all I'm doing here. I'm a United States military veteran, and I'm asking that your department...
I don't care. No one cares.
You to stand
Your veteran status means nothing.
down, and if you accost me, I will sue your bond. Do you understand? I will go after your bond. You're bonded, and I will sue your bond. If you ask me for my life, I have not committed a crime. That's a traffic violation, and you don't have the right to ask me for...
But you said it yourself, you know this is an issue, meaning your license plate and registration, so all these threats about going after him and suing his bond, which isn't even a thing, by the way, is a complete non-starter and a waste of your...
Well, so he's not well, Van isn't entirely correct there. Some states do require, well, not police officers, but they do require certain public officials to have a bond. I think Kentucky is one of those states where sheriffs, I don't know if sheriff's deputies, but sheriffs are required to have a bond, and other public officials in Kentucky. So it's not he's not entirely correct there, but it's not a requirement on every state though. But a bond is nothing more than really to like just having like insurance. The reason why they talk about that is like there's supposed to be insurance, like they have insurance against like potential civil rights violations. That's the whole point of it. But I don't think every state has that requirement. That's the thing.
Oxygen and everyone's time. But wasting time is what you guys excel at, so please carry on.
With you driving a motor vehicle and the knowledge knowing that you don't have an Oregon driver's license, there's a reason for the stop.
I do not need a license to travel, Tom. Tom, will you please recognize the federal?
I'm not.
So you don't recognize the federal you don't recognize my Fourth Amendment.
I'm telling you that Oregon
that you can't stop.
I don't know what cocaine he snorted to get this idea that the Fourth Amendment grants him the right to travel.
Stop me unless I've committed a crime.
No, he just doesn't recognise your skewed interpretation of the right to travel and the Fourth Amendment, that's all. And he's in good company because not once has this argument ever been successful in court.
So, are you gonna present ID? Are you gonna present a driver's license?
Are you gonna arrest me if I don't?
Are you going to?
You guys, these guys are threatening. I have not committed any crime, no crime at all. I have the supervisor out here, zero.
I have no idea where he got the idea that they were threatening him for anything.
Crimes. I've committed no crime, so they cannot ask me for my license unless I've committed a crime.
Mr. Warner.
For ID, that's called accosting me. You don't even have the right to stop me legally unless I've committed a crime. I know the law. Are you aware that the Constitution was ruled on 9 months ago that you have the right to freely travel?
What? Where? Who? What court? What jurisdiction?
You have the right to freely travel.
Remain in your vehicle, please.
I know the law proclaims every sovereign citizen ever right after visiting and downloading a list of cherry-picked and even sometimes made-up Supreme Court cases from a right to travel website. Look, nobody disputes your right to travel, but the method in which you travel can be regulated per the 10th Amendment. Also, if the Supreme Court had ruled that you don't need a license to operate a motor vehicle, it would be one of the biggest and most momentous and highly publicised decisions in the history of the court, and all police and law enforcement agencies would be operating illegally by asking you for your license.
Tom, will you please recognize this? Because this is going to come up, Tom. You got to. You're a sheriff, Tom. Please recognize what I'm saying to you.
Please validate my delusional beliefs, officer.
We're at the begging stage.
All the begging and pleading. You almost sound like what some people would call a bootlicker. But more on this later.
Are you recognizing that the Constitution was ruled on 9 months ago, that the Constitution, the Supreme Court said under the 4th Amendment, that if I'm traveling, I'm not engaged in commerce. Remember, Tom, I have a commercial license.
There it is, commerce.
I'm not engaged in commerce.
Commercial activity would be the box.
Oh, I'm not engaged in commerce. That's why I have a commercial driver's license. Does this guy even hear himself speak?
I'm traveling in my personal vehicle, which is not required to have a license.
You are required.
This vehicle is not required to have a license.
Every vehicle in Oregon is required.
Not under the federal law. If you'd like to arrest me and take me to jail over this, I will fight this department and I will sue you.
Hold on. So my eek is now here, hanging out. And I'm giving him chin scritches because he demands it. And I can feel him purring. And he's looking at me like, this is acceptable. Now he doesn't want any more. Okay.
Your bond, both of your bonds, because, Tom, you'll see, you guys got to start recognizing that the Constitution was ruled on.
Like I told you, you can argue this with the judge.
With the judge?
Absolutely, you can argue your case with the judge.
Why would I argue anything with the judge? I haven't committed a crime.
Well, you're failing to present a driver's license, which that is a crime in the state of Oregon.
It's I've already presented you ID, Tom. You've seen my ID before. You know I have a commercial license. Your department just pulled me over and let me go. Well, then, Tom, please just let me travel.
That doesn't work that way.
True words have never been spoken. Now, arresting for obstruction and failing to ID. If you don't, then he will continue to pull this right to travel grift.
Which is true.
And believe he's in the right.
So are you threatening to write? I'll give you my license under threat that you're going to give me a violation. And that's illegal, Tom. So are you threatening to give me a violation?
I am not threatening.
I will present my license if you are threatening, if they are going to give me a violation. And that's illegal, but I'll give it to you under threat of a violation.
So if you do not have a valid Oregon driver's license, I'm checking right now.
I have, you know that I have a CDL. I don't even have a record, Tom.
Well, then all you got to do is show me your license.
If you have a CDL, why are you putting yourself through all this? If you have a CDL, why put yourself through this? Oh.
Would you please, sir, Tom, you run this show out here. Sooner or later, this is going to come up, Tom.
Making this difficult.
Yet again, true words have never been spoken. Guys like this conveniently ignore the fact that this has been ruled on many times and that it's not unreasonable for law enforcement to ask for and for you to produce your driver's license when pulled over for a traffic violation. This is the reason why you guys continue to lose this argument in court. But please, please never stop, because it's so fun to watch you guys hike up the peak of Mount Stupid.
True.
Okay, will you please look this up online for me, Tom? Will you please look this up? I'm going to present them with my commercial license, which I'm a commercial driver, and I'm not engaged in commerce. So you only have to have a license, the Supreme Court. Let me at least tell you what they said, Tom. We don't have to argue with each other, okay? And then you can take it from there. Tom, the Supreme Court ruled 9 months ago that if an American citizen under the Fourth Amendment is traveling in their personal vehicle, that the Constitution supersedes state law because it's federal law. Please look this up. They said that I don't need this.
What? What's the name of the case? Give me a citation, buddy. Don't tell me to go look it up. I want a motherfucking citation.
License or a registration on the back of my vehicle to travel. If I'm engaged in commerce, then I need a license. I know that, Tom. I'm a CDL driver. I'm a commercial. Look it up, please. Get back in touch with me.
You're not. No. You're misinterpreting things here.
Am I?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, you are misinterpreting it, because there is no way the Supreme Court ruled 9 months ago that, quote, an American citizen under the Fourth Amendment is traveling in their personal vehicle. The Constitution supersedes state law because it's federal law. I'm sorry, but that sounds like something you just pulled from your backside rather than a genuine Supreme Court case.
So under threat of them going to give me a violation for not presenting this when I don't even legally have to under the Fourth Amendment. So that legally is a...
This simplifies many things.
I understand, but that's not the law under the Fourth Amendment, Tom. Please just recognize it. See, they're like crackheads, but with a license. They have to have the license. So under the threat of they're going to, whatever. I got dogs at home, guys. I got nobody to take care of me. All right. So this is why under the threat of, a violation and more problems that I don't even need, I'm going to go ahead and surrender my license. But you notice I don't lick the freaking boot.
So I guess we're supposed to just ignore the part of the video, about 5 minutes ago where you not only licked it, but you pretty much swallowed the whole supervisor's boot while begging and pleading with him to believe everything you were saying without question. Okay, I'll play along, but I can't promise you my audience will.
So they'll probably give me a violation anyways, and I'll go ahead and see the judge. Because right now I'm actually under the Fourth Amendment. I'm going to go ahead and... see about my Fourth Amendment right to travel without a license, freely. Harassment. These people already pulled me over in the same vehicle, and they know. They've already done it, their department. And this other guy was on the same traffic stop. That's what's so crazy about it. That's what's so crazy.
The only thing ridiculous and crazy here is you thinking the right to travel includes the right to operate an RV on a public road without a license, registration, and insurance.
There's no reason. They already saw my license. They've already seen it. They've already seen that I have legal insurance on this vehicle.
And your license is good. It's like,
yeah, it is. I don't have a...
camera's recording too.
I understand that. All I'm asking you, please, too, would you recognize what I'm saying?
So are they saying that he has a valid personal license or a valid commercial license?
All you had to do is give me this and it wouldn't be enough to shoot.
You guys are like crackheads, but with driver's license. You understand that, what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Will you please at least just recognize? We don't have to be enemies. We live in the same town. I knew you before you ever became a cop, and you were a good man, and I'm not saying that you're not now. Are you aware that the Supreme Court, you just trampled my rights?
The state of Oregon, we're not going to the Supreme
Court. Okay, you don't care about the Supreme Court. You don't recognize it.
I do.
That's why you're a tyrant.
I am a deputy.
You're a tyrant is what you are.
Oh, tyrant.
Okay. In the state of Oregon, you have to carry proof of your driver's license, proof of identification. You also have to...
So you don't recognize the Fourth Amendment?
I do.
Oh, then if you did and you were upholding your office as a public servant, you would listen to when I was telling you that I don't need a right to travel a license in the Supreme Court, and you would recognize it. But you don't. You already said that you don't.
You won't listen to what I'm telling you. Therefore, you're a tyrant. Now, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is.
also have to carry proof of insurance in your vehicle.
Because you work for the state.
But you not provide.
And so do
Okay.
you, Tom. You don't work for the people, and you've made that
I
obvious.
don't work for the state, we work for the county.
For the county.
Well,
And
the
you also
county,
have
the
to
state,
also
you don't work for
have
the
to have
people.
2 plates on the vehicle.
Well, the county is accountable to the people through the elected representatives who, control the county, which in New Jersey, that'd be the county commissioners, the sheriff in most jurisdictions, if not all jurisdictions across the U.S., is an elected position. So the sheriff and the county commissioners are, in fact, representative of the people because the people voted for them.
Which you do not have. Out by PC for the stop.
I understand what probable cause is, okay? Remember, I used to be a law enforcement officer.
So,
Well, obviously, you don't know what probable cause is because you've said.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, goodness. Phew. Oh, sorry. I do not believe he's former LEO. For an instant. He might be a veteran, but I absolutely do not believe he used to be a former law enforcement.
Many times that it's a violation of your Fourth Amendment for them to pull you over for not having a registration plate. That right there makes me question your claim that you were a law enforcement officer in any capacity.
do you have
Thank
insurance
you.
on the vehicle?
Sure, you guys already saw my insurance.
That was not my traffic stop. May I see the insurance on the vehicle?
I'd like to go along my way, Tom. They've already checked me last time and let me go. Would they have let me go if I didn't have insurance, Tom?
May I see?
I'm asking you now as a supervisor to be let go.
The insurance on the vehicle?
I'm going to go after your bond. Do you understand that?
May I see?
I'm going to make a deal of this. Do you understand what you're up against?
Oh, I have no doubt that you will make a deal of this. You won't get the outcome you desire, but I know you won't let a little thing like being wrong get in the way. And yes, they know exactly what they are dealing with. You're not the first idiot to fall for this right to travel grift.
Thank you, Father.
And you certainly won't be the last.
You stopped me in my means of traveling. You stopped me already, which is a violation. You don't have the right to accost a man. If you're walking down the street, I can't put my hands on you and stop you. That's called accosting a man, and you have the right to freely travel under the Fourth Amendment. And you don't want to recognize that.
You don't have insurance?
So you don't have the right.
You have insurance. Yes or no?
Tom?
The hesitation and that hesitation there like kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Where you allow your deputy. Tom, what did I already say to him?
You have.
Tom, what did I have already said? How many times have I told you already, sir?
You haven't provided me proof of insurance. I need to see proof of insurance.
Okay.
Well, let me put it this way. If he was LEO, he may have like just made it out of the academy, got booted out. There's no way, no possible way that he spent like 3 years in law as a police officer and would actually succumb to this. I find it very hard to believe. It might happen, but I find it very, very hard to believe. Like the only way you could do it is if he was kicked out of the academy or he was kicked out during his field training or something like that.
You're going to trample on my rights, so you better expect some kind of retribution as far as a lawsuit because you're violating my Fourth Amendment rights first to travel, where I surrendered my license. You saw that, and you already know, which I've said to him, and now you guys have recorded multiple times that I had insurance already the last time. So why would you ask me if I have it?
Well, you said it yourself. You had insurance the last time. That doesn't necessarily mean you have it now, does it? It could have lapsed in the time between your last stop and this one. Plus, the law requires you to provide it in the same way you are required to provide vehicle registration, which you acknowledge is an issue, therefore debunking your own argument. Well done.
Insurance, or I'm going to cite you for failure to carry insurance. That's where we're at right now.
Why would I drive around without insurance?
Why do several people drive around without insurance?
I don't drive around without insurance, sir, but I'm not required to have a
Well, do you have proof of that? Can I see that?
license, and the sooner you recollect, the longer that you might have your jobs.
Show me proof of insurance, please.
We're gonna have to wait a minute because I'm gonna have to stop this, which I don't want to. I fear because
It's on his phone.
it's on my phone. Yeah, that's why, and I don't want to stop this recording.
Please show it to me, and you'll be on your way. As long as your insurance is
Oh,
paid.
really, Father?
You warn
Damn.
the plate, and you'll be on your way.
So are you guys going to pull me over again? Do you realize there's a process? You guys already know this. Do you not keep any notes in your system? The problem that I'm having with you is you came out to the last traffic stop. Why would he let me drive away if I didn't have insurance?
I pulled it on a traffic stop.
I'm asking you a question, not to dodge the question. Answer the question.
Every individual deputy. If you wouldn't have insurance, he'd give you a warning. That's up to every call's different. Every deputy is different. I knew nothing about that stop. I didn't know this was the same vehicle when I pulled it over. Okay?
I think you don't recognize this vehicle. I'm calling you out. I don't believe that to be the truth. I think you're being
I'm not right to do that. So let's.
okay. There's another one of these traveling around in this town like this. Okay, I'll give you the insurance, but you know what? Under threat, you better expect for retribution for this as far as legal.
Okay, yeah, you're
retribution.
That's your right to do that. So let's show me the insurance.
Okay, because I understand. I would have given you insurance. I don't have a problem with that. Do you understand that I don't have a problem giving you insurance? So stop going around and around, because I already told you that I had insurance.
You know, for a guy who says he doesn't have a problem showing insurance for his vehicle, he sure is doing everything in his power to not show that insurance. But now you're going to say the only thing you have a problem with is showing your license because you have the right to travel. But by that logic, you shouldn't need insurance either because you're supposedly exercising a right. But I guess that would take consistency on your part, and I'm afraid that ship sailed a while back.
It's this that I have a problem that you surrendered from me, because I don't legally have to do that. So you are trample my rights, just so you know.
Show me the insurance.
This is ridiculous. You guys are absolute tyrants. You guys already pulled me over and you were on that stop, and that's the problem that I'm having with you.
And that, my friends,
Tyrants.
is where he cut the video, so no part 3 or follow-up to the traffic stop. But my guess is he provided insurance eventually and received a citation for no registration. But that's just a guess on my part. He did upload a video the day after titled First Amendment Audit, Fourth Amendment Violation, Right to Freely Trav. That had nothing to do with the First or Fourth Amendment, or the previous day's traffic stop for that matter, but accuracy or consistency is not this guy's strong point, is it? Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to support me and get early access to videos like this, then the links to do all that are in the description. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.
Shout out to Van Balian for that. I'll be right back though. You know, I just cracked. This is my last beer. I cracked it open, so I'm sure we got, I don't know, 2 more videos left. 2 more videos worth, probably. My last one. All right, I'll be right back. Have you heard of the High Elves? If you go through trouble, by the 9 divine, stay off the roads. It's dangerous, you see. Oh boy. All right, let's see if this. Wait, what did I see? All right, let's. Oh god. All right, let's hear this kid. This 18-year-old. I saw this on my recommendations. So let's hear it.
On May 1st, 2022, officers conducted a traffic stop on a Chevy pickup with 3 occupants.
The reason why I'm stopping is because the registered owner of this vehicle has a suspended license for insurance. So yeah?
Yeah.
You got your license with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's suspended.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
For insurance. Do you have your insurance card with you? Or insurance, any sort of insurance information?
Do not on me. My mom was supposed to send it to me and she hasn't yet. But I can get you a copy of it.
Yeah.
Should I send it?
Yeah, if you can get her to send it to you real quick.
1 Delta 20, Central.
Does anybody else in the vehicle have identification with them?
1 Delta 24. Copy.
G boss.
Don't, my wallet.
Shut the door.
I'm getting out.
Shut the door.
My wallet's right here.
Okay. First of all, don't open the door and try and get out of a car when you're stopped.
I'm sorry, but I got PTSD. I'm just trying to like be chill.
This kid. Don't
PTSD of what?
Don't ever try and open the door and get out of it while I'm. Did he drop anything on the ground over there?
Uh-oh.
First of all.
Hold on.
Yeah, if you can.
All right, let's go for let's get it back. Which Epiphanies? Which one? Rob, I don't see it. This one you're recommending that Rob posted. Which where am I Discord? Oh, is it the guy that got tased in court? From True Science? Is that the one? Okay. All right. We'll save it for after this, okay? All right, I got it.
Get her to send it to you real quick.
1 Delta 20, Central.
Does anybody else in the vehicle have identification with them?
1 Delta 24. Copy.
G boss.
Don't, my wallet.
Shut the door.
I'm getting out.
Shut the door.
My wallet's right here.
Okay. First of all, don't open the door and try and get out of a car when you're stopped.
I'm sorry, but I got PTSD. I'm just trying to like be chill.
Okay, so yeah, that is actually not a good idea and kind of a stupid thing to do.
This kid. Don't ever try and open the door and get out of it while I'm. Did he drop anything on the ground over there?
What are you dropping? I didn't. I was trying to get out. Here, why don't you hop out? Because I see that knife right here. All right, hop
Oh boy.
out. I was trying. Don't listen. Just hop out. Just hop out. Don't reach for the knife or anything like that. Okay? Stand right here for me. I'm gonna pat you down because you're acting all weird. No, I'm not. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Give me the keys.
I don't understand what is happening right now. Like,
Well, regardless, your license is suspended, so you're not even supposed to be driving in the first place.
What is going on?
I'm gonna pat you down because you already saw that knife that you tried to reach for. Right
I didn't
there.
try to reach for a knife, man. It's on the floor. It's not even mine.
Drop what's in your hand right now.
Oh, he's running! Oh no!
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put a cuff on that one. Put a cuff on
24 or 5-1.
Put a cuff on that one. Stay in the truck. Dude, stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Shrieking.
Dude. Let go of the fence. Dude, you're about to get tased. Okay, relax then. What's he reaching for? He's got a phone in his hand.
Let me get there.
Tiffany, thank you for the 6 months. No, we're not actually playing bingo. I'm just calling them out as if we were.
He tried to pick up the knife off the ground. That other guy, go up to him. He's trying to pull something out of his pocket. Which one? Front passenger.
He gave it to me.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
He made me take a time.
He's got a... Hey, 10-12 him. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
No, please. Why am I getting arrested? Whoa. Why am I getting arrested? Whoa, I did nothing.
Drop.
Officer, I did nothing.
Delta 24 Central. We got anybody else coming to us?
Sir, what am I getting arrested for? Whoa, whoa,
Do not reach for anything. Stand up.
No,
But it's likely he's not being arrested, he's being detained.
Stand up. You're being detained.
For what, sir?
Yeah.
I have nothing on me, I promise. I swear to God. Sir.
Hands on the steering wheel and don't let go. Hands on the steering, do not let go.
Officer, please.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Absolutely not, sir. I've done nothing.
Okay.
I've done nothing wrong.
All right.
Sir.
Stand over here.
Yes, sir.
Stop moving.
Why are you touching my
I want you to sit right here on this curb. Put your feet out in front of you and do not move. Sure. Here. All right. You guys 10-12 her?
What's happening, bro? I've been trying to get hold of my girlfriend.
You trying to get shot?
Why'd you try to pull the gun out? I didn't. I was trying to give it to y'all. I don't want to have that shit. It ain't mine.
Oh my god, I was trying to give a gun to you? It ain't mine? Come on, bro.
I told you I was patting you down. I don't need you reaching for a gun that you're hidden in your pants. He was trying to take something out of his right pocket.
I was trying to
Stand up.
I was trying to reach for my cigarettes.
Stand up.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a gun or anything on you?
Dude, sir. Yeah, nothing. I apologize to my friend. I don't know.
How many other people were in the vehicle? You had a gun in your pants and you tried running from us.
What the?
Just your wallet. I'm gonna leave it in there right now. Okay?
I apologize for what he did. I don't know why the hell he did that.
No, no one said 20 Central. Through the channel, you can clear it. We have no one outstanding. Everyone's 10-12.
Copy.
I got Hold on, hold.
Around for around here.
Yeah, a couple more in his pocket.
That's fine. We got it.
He recorded it on his phone, so we have evidence. We're gonna take this as evidence, okay? I just stopped the recording. Do you guys know who lives here?
I was just picking up a friend.
We were out with someone here.
Okay, I just didn't know if there's a reason why they pulled over here. Okay, you guys don't know anybody here? Who do you know in the neighborhood?
I was coming here. Yes, sir. Yeah. Before she dropped me off. Watch him.
All right.
Sir.
You made the wrong choice today, bud. He was trying to pull that out of his pants.
No, I wasn't, sir. I promise you, I was trying to get out of the car.
The entire time. Because you kept reaching, then you tried to grab the knife. Listen, you tried to grab the knife, and then when I was trying to pat you down, then you tried to run.
Sir, please listen.
Okay? I'm not going to listen to anything. There's nothing to hear.
I did.
All right.
Nothing to hear.
Sir, like I told you, you're just being detained right now. Okay? It doesn't mean you're charged with anything. As long as you cooperate and everything like that.
I don't think this guy. I think this guy was. I honestly believe this guy more than the other guy. I believe this guy was probably just reaching for his cigarettes. Stupid, but you know, sometimes you don't think about those things. This other guy who's like going all PTSD and shit. I think, yeah. I'm not buying anything that he's saying.
Apologize to my friend.
Just be honest about what's going on and everything like that. Okay? All right. His decision, not yours. I don't know, did you guys pat her down when you guys 10-12 her?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay. Just double check if he had a 0 in his pants.
Get in the car, dude. Stop acting like a child.
Go on the other side, I'll grab him and pull him in.
That's possible possum.
Hey, when I pulled up, real quick, when I pulled up, I was pulling here, I saw that door open, and I saw you over here talking with them.
I think
he had closed it. Yeah, he had closed it. I came up here. When I opened the door, there's a knife right here. When I open the door, there's a knife here, and he's grabbing, reaching down. The knife here, he's reaching for that. There's a bullet there. I get him out here, and I got his hands behind his back, and he keeps trying to move around, keeps trying to grab for his pocket. He's got a phone in his hand, he's got it on record. I'm holding his hands, and I'm like, listen, stop moving, or whatever. And then he tried to buck, and then we just went right here. So
You're trying to pull something out of his pocket.
I patted him down,
Going for my lighter.
but I didn't pull anything out of his pockets yet.
Oh, sorry.
On May 1st, 2022, officers
I crashed my car.
Oh my God,
Yeah, it's okay.
Sensitive subject.
No, I'm sorry. Good thing you're all right. Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Else, let me know.
Yeah.
The more you guys come around, we appreciate it. We've been trying for years trying to get it because they're coming through here more and more.
Yeah, no problem.
See, I think the body cams should be here, more so than on the chest, because I feel like you guys have seen in a lot of situations where the chest body cam doesn't quite see enough, and I feel like if you have the body cam on the cap, you are far more able to see what the cop is seeing, what the police officer is seeing. The drawback is that if the cop is in a scuffle with somebody, it's probably a lot easier for the hat to come off in a scuffle versus if it's like on a chest. But I feel like having the body cam like right on the cap, it provides you with a much better impression of what the police officer is saying.
No, thank you. We absolutely appreciate it. We're just going to sort out what charges for who and all that right now. So probably do this kid in the back that was that resisted with the gun. So I call him kid, but he's an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, get in the car.
Awesome. Thanks, Crowfoot.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. He didn't want to get out at first too. And I'm like, okay, obviously something's up. Because most of the time people are like, yeah, no problem. If they got nothing on them, but the people are like starting to question it, especially when they start making all the furtive movements, stuff like that. And they're obviously trying to either hide something or something like that. But we've been seeing more and more guns in underwear, way more and more, like not in pockets, like in the underwear. So that's. You want to chill and wait for this tow? All right.
Or yeah, I would agree. Also, or a shoulder cam for sure.
Typhus.
You guys did all the.
Well, it's a team. It always is.
As a matter of fact, I think this officer's. I think this officer is a shoulder cam. What we're seeing now.
And when I get done with this paperwork, I'll bring your phone in there and let you use it so you can make some calls before you get to the jail. So. All right, let's go, kid.
All right. Well, stupid kid doing stupid things. What else is new? All right. Shout out to Truth Science. What's this all about?
Step up this way. I don't understand what's. Sir, you're here for your first appearance. We're getting you in front of the judge, so I'm asking you to step up here so you can go through this process.
Stephen, this is about to go really poorly, really quick. Come up, sir.
Uh-oh.
It's going to go back to you regardless. Just wait. You now stand charged with your third case, sir.
Uh-oh.
You now stand charged with resisting arrest and failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice. You're now facing an additional year on each case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I don't understand.
Well, that surely isn't a proper line of defense.
Uh-oh.
I wonder how far that's going to get you, sir.
I don't understand. Sir, you do not have
it to you right
I
now.
have the right to arrest me. I did nothing wrong.
Let's see.
I did nothing wrong. You do not have the courtroom. I do not have. You do not have the right to arrest me. You do not. Are you acting under your constitutional oath today?
There it is.
Are you?
Yes.
You are? Okay, well, good. You are in agreement with the prosecutor, right? I make a motion that this case be dismissed.
I'm about to hold you in contempt if you.
For what? In order for there to be a crime, there has to be an
injured party.
person.
Yeah, injured party.
The only
Ding,
person
ding, 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 ding.
I have the scars from the policy officers beating me, pulling me out of my car without even telling me why.
I'm pretty sure the officers explained to you why they were pulling you out of your car. You just chose not to understand the same way you did when you just walked into this courtroom.
Going to do.
I don't understand.
You have the right to remain
I do not
silent.
understand.
One more word and
I do not. You can't do that. In order for there to be a crime,
Get a rope.
you're not. This is against my constitutional rights.
Okay, you know.
Do I have a witness that they are committing treason? Do I have at least 2 witnesses? Do I have at least 2 witnesses that they are committing treason? This is treason. They're violating my rights. They are violating my rights.
Hey.
Look, see? That's what I'm talking about. Look.
Put your hands behind your back.
Now you see the violence inherent in the system.
You're violating my rights.
You're seeing the violence inherent in the system. Help, help, I'm being repressed.
And you all know it. The public prosecutor is there, a court reporter.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not doing anything wrong. Do I have 2 witnesses saying? Do I have 2 witnesses that say that they're committing treason?
I'm sorry, sir, but you do not have 2 witnesses that are willing to say that they are committing treason.
Treason. Please raise your hand.
Gentlemen, let's get down to business.
Do I have 2 witnesses that they're committing treason?
Sir,
Do I have 2 witnesses that they're committing treason?
Quit resisting.
Raise your hand. Are you raising your hands?
That would be the taser.
We've got a lot of work to do.
Taser.
I'm still alive, only I'm very badly burned.
Do I have 2 witnesses? Do I have 2 witnesses that they are committing treason? Raise your hand, stand up! Stand up for America!
No!
They are committing treason! They're committing treason! Raise your hands! No one?
This is hilarious. This sovereign citizen is really expecting 2 witnesses to raise their hand and say that the.
But even if 2 witnesses raise their hands, that wouldn't really do anything.
Courts is committing treason. This dude is out of his mind.
They are violating the Constitution! They are violating the Constitution! Oh!
Stop.
I have no cartilage in my left arm.
Some of you I know, some of you I'm meeting for the first time.
Hello there. Anyone? Can someone call an ambulance? I'm in quite a lot of pain.
Stop resisting.
As the medical report shows, when y'all last officers last beat me up, I had to go to the hospital.
I'm trying to lift you up properly, but you will not stop resisting.
Man.
Hey, Karen. Silence.
I can't believe none of y'all are there violating the Constitution. This is treason. Raise your hand. I need 2 witnesses. I need 2 witnesses. The officers, y'all are going against y'all constitutional rules.
Oh no.
I'm gonna let him calm down. I'm gonna try to talk to him, see if he'll take a lawyer. But you know how he's sovereign, so I don't know if he's gonna take it.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
I was like, yeah.
You're full of him. Yeah, they get.
Judge, do they usually like say they're sovereign citizens? Like
As soon as he started saying,
Usually no. No, they hate, as you and I know, they hate being called sovereign citizens. They hate it. But when they start talking like a soft sit, acting like a soft sit, and making the same arguments as a soft sit, we're going to call them a soft sit.
saying that one thing, I saw you turn your head, you knew.
I was like, it's a sovereign. I was like, it's gotta be. Are you standing by your oath?
Right.
It's like, it's gotta be a sovereign.
That's all I have to hear.
Let go of me.
No, we're going to the car. Come on.
Please let go of me.
No.
Please let go of me.
Okay, so allegedly this lady tried to cash a $28,000 check with a fake ID.
On August 9th, 2023, in Ohio, police were dispatched to a check cashing store in reference to a woman using a fake ID to try to cash a $28,000 check.
Hello, miss. You being helped with them right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you mind? You have paperwork for her? Yeah. Ma'am, do you have your ID on you?
No, that's the only one I'm getting a new one. I'm waiting for the BMV to send me like the hard
Oh no.
copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mind if I see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The issue.
Just taking a look at this real fast.
Okay.
Is this your current address on here?
Yes.
Quebec?
Yes, Quebec, yes.
Okay.
Is there an issue?
Possibly. We're gonna take a look here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the issue?
We just want to make sure that this is a proper document.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
You got this from the DMV?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me just a moment, okay?
Okay. I mean, I got, everything is, legit. I got it from, this I got from where I work. I don't currently work there anymore. I quit after this. And then I got that from the DMV.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Give me just a second here, okay?
Okay. And he can even call and verify it. I'm pretty sure there's a number somewhere. And then I have this issue also. This one here. That came out.
Is that one here? This just says.
Well, I mean, never mind the locals. I mean, I believe any deposit like greater than $10,000 is going to get you an automatic flag.
Gotcha.
With the feds.
$205 copy of DL. Robert Zebra 104347.
You break it.
Yeah, exactly, Rando. That's why you got to get your checks in $9,999.99. Aha!
Yeah.
$205. 10-4. Thank you.
Alright. Alright, go ahead and turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Oh, can I?
Uh-oh.
I have to call.
Nope.
I have to call.
No, allegedly, she's trying to cash a $28,000 check with a fake ID.
Now you're gonna put it behind your back.
Okay, can I put this in my pocket, please?
Just put it on the counter.
Okay,
Put it
I'm
down.
gonna put it in my pocket. Okay, I'm
Stop.
going to.
Hey,
Is that right there?
Hey, I have to call my kids.
Okay,
I
we'll
have
get
to
there.
make sure who has my kids
keep your hands
knows
behind your
what's
back.
going
Stop
on.
pulling. Stop.
I don't know what the issue is.
We're gonna figure that out here, okay?
Okay, so I'm being put in check.
Just relax here.
Cuffs?
Yes,
Because of
just
what?
relax.
You're not even telling me what is going on. I don't understand.
We'll get to that.
I'm not even sure if the check is bogus. I'm willing to bet that she probably got the check from somewhere too and is just trying to cash it.
I'm completely confused. Like, and you're not even telling me what's going on.
Your license isn't coming back to you. It's not an Ohio driver's license. It's a fake one.
Uh-oh.
How is it fake?
Put it right here.
Got that.
You gotta put that. Stop. Don't reach into anything. Stop.
No, because
Stop.
that's a violation of privacy. Oh my God. Yes.
No, it's not. Search incident to a lawful arrest. Hey, Shabbat, thank you for the $5. A dude came to my register with a gift card. He wanted to load it with $16,000. The card had a $500 limit, so he left grumpily. Oh my goodness. Really? That's fucking wild.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. You just can't go through my
Stop
things
pulling
like
on the
that.
cuffs.
They hurt.
You're under arrest.
They hurt.
Stop.
You don't have to do all this. Like, you're hurting me.
Keep your hands
Okay,
still.
I'm trying to put them down. If you would
then put them
stop.
down. Stop reaching for stuff.
Oh my God, what can I reach for? You're
Back
hurting
down
me.
these pockets.
I don't have nothing in my pockets.
Stop.
Okay, can you please let go of me? I'm not gonna go nowhere.
No,
There's
that's not
three
how
of
this
y'all,
works.
and I'm one person. Please do not touch my ass.
I'm just back
Okay,
of my
that's
hand.
fine, but I don't feel comfortable with you doing that.
I'm just doing it for officer safety here. It's the
Oh
back of my hand.
God.
Stop
Can you
reaching.
please
No.
let go
We're going
of
to the-
me?
No, we're going to the car. Come on.
Please let go of me.
No.
Please let
No.
go of me. You're hurting me, bro.
Hey, walk.
Okay,
then.
I am. Can you please let go?
No.
You are hurting me. You are hurting me.
Out.
You're hurting me because the
By
cuffs,
walking?
the cuffs are putting on my wrist. They're hurting me.
Well, they're not meant for comfort.
Okay, but they don't have to be this tight. I'm one little ass person. There's three of you. It's just ridiculous. Please let go of me.
No.
Please let go of me. Please let go. You're hurting me.
Go ahead and take a seat.
You're hurting me.
Seat.
I don't care. You're hurting me.
Buckle you in so you don't get hurt.
How the fuck am I gonna get hurt? I'm in the back of the fucking car.
Because it's state law to have you buckled in.
Can you at least loosen it?
Doris, interrupt
Turn
us.
the car on, turn the camera on. No, they're properly
That
spaced.
sanitizer.
No, they're not. They're tight. I'm telling you.
They're not.
They hurt. They are tight. How are you gonna tell me? They're on me. They're not on you.
You find a real ID? Yeah, I get it. It's real. Actually, that's him. You want to go ahead and read her rights and let her know what's going on, see if she wants to answer any questions?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Miranda here. Let me make sure I got it right.
Here's who she actually is.
Remember the police gonna use pink fuzzy handcuffs instead? That's a different profession.
Is that even a good check? $28,000. Did they say if the check was bad or just the ID?
I'm sure just they just checked the ID.
Oh, so that answers the question that somebody else was asking. It sounds like they didn't check about they didn't check whether the check was legitimate. They were suspicious about the ID.
Here, I'll let you go through all this.
Okay. Thank you.
First and foremost, and then...
Okay. Yeah, let me just gather my thoughts for a second. So this was in here, and then...
She has a forged government document.
Okay.
In someone else's name.
Gotcha.
She got other people's
There's another
information in there.
Okay.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Yeah, when we get to jail.
I'm not going to be there long.
Let me just set this on the seat for a second.
Sure.
I'm allowed a bond. I need to call for my kids.
All right. We can take care of that later, okay?
Okay, how? What's
So
later?
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Okay, I have one question. Am I allowed a bond?
You have the right to an attorney if you cannot afford one.
Am I allowed a bond, though?
We'll get all this stuff figured out. Do you have any questions right now?
I need to make a couple phone calls.
We'll get that figured out later, okay?
What's later? I have to get a hold of my kids so they know what's going on.
We have to get to jail and process it first.
Yeah, you'll get a call later.
What's later, though, is what I'm asking. I'm going to be worried. I have to call my fiance.
Okay. All right. Do you want to answer any questions about what's going on here today?
No, I don't.
No?
Okay. All right. I'd rather be quiet because you guys are known to twist words.
Well, you know what? That's the smartest thing you could do right now, is to keep your mouth shut.
But yes, you said somebody was able to.
I do have one question. When am I going to be able to get my belongings?
$300 in cash and
Excuse me.
back into her purse.
Excuse me.
She said she canceled
Excuse
the
me.
cars that were taken.
Excuse me.
When she started getting fraud alerts on them.
Excuse me. Hello. Hello. When am I going to be able to get my belongings? Excuse me.
I'll be right back.
When am I going to be able to get my belongings? That's the only question I have.
Man, we're going to get that figured out, okay?
Why can't you tell me anything?
We're going to get you booked in.
Why can't you tell me anything?
And then we'll figure out about your belongings, okay?
Will I be able, if I get bonded, will I be able to receive them back? My ID and my phone and my purse?
We'll get that figured out. I'm not sure all the details yet. We're looking through here and just trying to figure it out, okay?
Can't you tell me? You're the one that has my belongings.
3 socials, 2 DL, 3 DL.
The socials that are in there belong to me and my children. And you can look that up and you'll see that that's proof. Those socials are my children's and mine. Well, not even mine. Mine isn't in there, but my children's. I have 3 children, and I could tell you their names and their birthdays. Those are theirs. They're all my children. So everything in that wallet is mine. Nothing else. And like I said,
sure they are.
See for yourself.
Everything
in my purse and my wallet belongs to me. And they're all legit. Like I said, you can look them up and you can check. And the 2 IDs in there.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. My parents don't carry my social with me. I don't think they ever did that. They always kept until I had it for myself and for my own. My parents always kept their children's socials in like a one of those fire retardant lock boxes. You know what I mean? With all the other like precious documents that they keep. They only gave it to me once I came of age and like moved out. They never would carry that with them.
Are both mine. They both have my ID, my names on them, and my address. One is a passport photo, and the other one is a regular BMV one. I went to the Walgreens on Clark yesterday and got that done. The passport ID. And you can also look into that and see that that's the truth.
Anything else on there?
Not that I'm seeing that has any relevance.
Like I said, everything is mine and legit other than that.
Let him get out of here. So,
what? Those ones are mine. Those ones are legit.
Okay, we still have to impound them anyway until you can prove that they are yours, okay?
You can call the Social Security office. I can tell you the names on those. I have 3 children. So why are they being taken? Like I said,
it's all going to go with your property. It's all going to be impounded.
Impounded? What does that mean?
It means it's going into our property.
Okay,
That's
will
where
I
they
be
won't
able to
keep
give
the
it back?
Yeah.
Because I can't replace those.
Yeah.
Does anybody memorize their SSN anymore? I have no idea. I memorized mine. I know mine, obviously, but whether or not like Gen Z knows, I don't know.
We have a property clear. You get your stuff back once we're done. As long as you're able to prove that they're yours, then yes, you'll get them back.
You can call the Social Security office on 73rd.
A detective.
Everything in that, especially the 2 IDs, are mine in the purse.
Okay.
And you can check up with Walgreens on Clark. I went and got the passport ID yesterday.
Okay. Well, right now you're under arrest for identity theft.
Memorize yours and your husband's.
Whatever. I'm trying to take care of my kids.
Hey, thanks.
Well, she's also in possession of a driver's license that has info on it too, so it's identity theft at the very least.
You're so old that your driver's license was your social security. What? Are you serious? Was that actually a thing? Oh my god. What?
At the very least, yeah.
How many IDs does she have with different names on it in her picture?
This is the same.
Those are both the same?
Yeah, this is the same drivers.
So just the one? And then she's claiming these 3 social cards are her children's.
Oh my goodness.
Which all have the same last name, I believe, as her.
I feel like that's a terrible idea.
Fully?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that might all check out, so a paper ID for identity theft right now. And then we'll see about this check.
My driver's license was never my social security number. I have to check my parent. My dad probably ain't gonna remember. Never, not my learner's permit, not my Ohio license. What, this was like the first state I got my license. Never was it my social security number. No shot.
Alright, thank you guys. Thank you.
How much time can I get for this?
Okay, so what they say? They said the check
They said
was
it's a
good?
good check. Yeah.
Okay, it's just under that other lady.
Yeah, it's under someone else's name.
Okay.
But it's a valid check.
Alright.
Hello? How much time can I get for this?
That I don't know. That's up to a
That's
judge.
wild.
Being apprehended and charged with theft, forgery, and identity fraud, the woman underwent questioning by detectives while in police custody. During the interrogation, she claimed that a man she met on Facebook had supplied her with the check, promising her $2,000 to cash it.
Oh
If
my
you were the
god.
judge in this scenario, and she were to be convicted, what sentence would you deem appropriate? Feel free to share your comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.
Ugh. Was it on the old green cards? I had my my tan dependent military IDs. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what was on those things to this day. But I remember having those when I was a dependent. But yeah, I had the tan one, not the green one. My parents obviously had the green ones. Oh my god, there was one that I wanted. Oh, here it is.
Oh no, I don't want to be touched by you.
It was I'll believe that my SSN was probably on my dependent military ID. I'll believe that. In fact, I think that actually was a thing. Yeah.
I'm not going. No, I need to go to the hospital.
On June 20th.
What the hell was that? What the hell? What was she just ragdolled?
2023, Ohio police.
It's like she just got headshotted and just ragdolled like a Bethesda character.
Responded to a grocery store where a woman was caught concealing items.
I want my phone and stuff that they took.
Okay, come over here.
No, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm
Come
not
over
with the
here.
store with anything. I want my belongings. They won't let me pay for my stuff without my belongings. They have my phone and stuff. That's not fair. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Where's your phone at?
It's in the cart. It's got the phone box and everything with different. I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's brand new. And my blanket and my damn it's a raincoat. My dad's raincoat for his motorcycle. Now that's not fair. I've not left the store or nothing. I didn't even make it to the register.
Okay.
One of you want to come with me to get this stuff for her?
Wait, stay out here while she goes in there.
I'm not giving nobody my name or nothing. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay, well, if you want us to help you.
Obstructing.
Correct.
How am I getting obstructing?
Did we tell you to stop?
I
Did we tell you?
stopped.
Okay.
I want to speak to the supervisor. No, I'm not going to be done this way.
Supervisor.
And they took my card.
Supervisor.
Yes, there is.
Information.
No.
If you do not provide your information, you're getting arrested. Have a seat on here. Right here. Right there. Right there. Have a seat. Right there where I'm pointing. If you look. Sit down. What's your name?
Sarah. Oh, shit. Sarah Green. I can't sit on that. Sarah. I want a supervisor.
Okay. What is your date of birth?
I want a supervisor,
Our
please.
supervisor's tied up.
I don't care. I want one. You have to give me one.
No, I don't.
Okay. Yes, you do. You treat me like a criminal, and that's not fair.
Listen, if you just came and talked to us, we won't have to keep doing all this extra stuff.
Yeah, you would, because you're going to listen to them regardless.
I wanted to play the name game.
Look, I got all over me, okay? I'm trying to buy tampons. You would be upset too. I want a supervisor. You have to give me one. You got body cams?
Huh?
Do you have body cams?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
They're on.
Okay, just making sure. They took my phone and stuff. That's theft. They took my belongings, and I was asking out a different haircut woman for an hour for my stuff back.
Try again.
Try again what? This is not even fair. Not even fair. This is not fair. My house just burnt down, and I'm not going to be treated like
Thank
this.
you, Mercedes, for becoming a member.
I'm tired. I've worked all day, and I'll be damned if they're going to steal my stuff and I get in trouble for it. I want a supervisor. I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. How are you guys going to investigate a theft when they took my belongings? How is that fair?
We're investigating it now.
How is that fair? And my daughter's Mickey Mouse blanket. I come to get groceries for my no. I want to speak to my lawyer. Y'all are not doing this to me. No, hell no. I don't even have a criminal record. Never so much as even had a speeding ticket. They still get to keep my stuff.
You'll get your
No, listen. I'm not a criminal, okay? I'm not. They have my debit card, my ID, my wallet, my phone, and I've been asking that woman for it for an hour to pay for my belongings. For an hour, okay? I've been asking her to give me where's my cart so I can check out. I left it sitting because it was too hard to push.
How did this whole thing start?
I come in here and got groceries, and I left the cart set, and then went and finished, got some more stuff because it was too much to push, and then they took it.
It was too much to push?
Yes, it was too much to push.
Uh-huh.
It has food in it.
Well, what's up, man?
Nobody knows where it's at, so they stole my stuff, and I get in trouble for it.
Nobody said you're in trouble right now.
I feel humiliated, I feel disrespected, and I feel no.
Okay, I'm sorry that feel that way, but we have a job to do. So.
No, and you guys don't know. No. Just wait.
Well, what's up, man?
I know, I just want to say in front of I'm another manager here.
Yeah.
Like, they just saw her fill up carts.
Yeah.
And then assumed everything. I was told she took her phone, without knowing. Started selling cars without her knowing. She's been running around looking for the stuff that's been disappearing.
She has been?
Yeah. So I don't know everything. That's just from what I've heard, this is weird. We don't normally call you the way we did. She didn't. Only she actually did it. I think we called you way before
too early.
Did something. Okay. So, but I don't, unless there's something I don't know or something. But,
okay.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
That's just, I don't know. I just want to let you know. You might be, I don't say this. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my side of things.
I want to investigate it first. So.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know where I'm at.
I want my stuff.
Okay.
No.
We told you how this goes already.
I told you guys I didn't do nothing wrong. I never left the store. I never even made it to checkout. I never once looked like I was stealing. I left the cart sitting and I walked off and got more the rest of my stuff and come back and was trying to pay for it and they wouldn't give me my belongings. Okay. So
Noted.
that's how I did. I know my rights.
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't say you didn't.
You are not a dummy.
Name one time did I put something in a bag or did I put something in anything? Never.
Okay.
I never did.
Never ever.
On top of the cooler I was gonna buy.
Okay.
Where is my belongings? My phone and stuff. I cannot get home without my phone.
Okay. Well, you're not. Right now you're staying here, so. That's the reason there's 2 other officers inside.
So nobody knows where my stuff is?
They just told you where your stuff
No,
is.
they didn't.
It's in a cart, clearly. So they're going to check on it.
Please tell me how I was stealing. Please. Please tell me how I was stealing.
Yep.
Please.
I know my rights, that's true.
Well, I know I'm pissed. I want my belongings.
You'll get them.
I'll get them when they're ready to give them to me.
No.
When they're ready, they get to steal my stuff, and I'm told I have to wait. But yeah, I didn't go nowhere near cash register with their stuff. I didn't even push the cart all the way around the store. I left it sitting in the front by the register, so I didn't have to push it around the store. And then I get in trouble for it? Are you serious?
As a heart attack.
Can you go to the restroom with me so I can put some toilet paper down there or something so I don't bug my pants? I have a bundle or something, please.
No. Nothing? Phone, dash pass, and chargers. That's about it.
There's not a charger in there. Oh no, it's a USB connector or whatever.
Did you drive here with somebody?
No, I got the bus. But they have...
Why were you trying to go out the back door then?
I was buying a flower. I bought a rose bush. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday. Okay. Go look tomorrow. I didn't even take the car outside. I got a rose bush from there. That woman came out there and told me that I couldn't be out there.
Hey, where are you going?
You're halfway to go.
No, you're not.
Uh-oh.
Why? What did I do? Please tell me what I done wrong. Please. Please tell me what I did wrong.
What?
I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't push no cart outside. I went out there and bought a rose bush for my mother. I know I'm bleeding all over myself. This is humiliation. I'm pissed. I'm tired. I'm ready to go.
Do you have an ID in there?
I should have a wallet in here. Yeah, I should. There's no wallet.
What does the wallet look like?
It's brown. It's about like a square, about the size of a damn. It's about half the size of phone.
Are you sure you had the
I'm
wallet when you
positive
came here?
I had it with me. It was with my phone. Where did you put it? The phone and the wallet was laying with the receipt in that little fucking cubbyhole right there, like on the basket.
They get a return ever?
Yeah. Tennessee. So there's no wallet in there?
No.
I'm gonna go look at a picture real quick.
How are you planning on paying for this stuff?
Cocaine in a can, baby.
Okay. How did you get here?
A bus.
A bus?
Yes.
So how are you going to take all that stuff with
On
you?
the bus?
You can take all that stuff on the
Yes, you
bus.
can take whatever you want on a bus. I know.
There's like literally 2 full carts.
There's not 2 full parts. There's 1.5.
There were 2 full
So
carts.
there's
of
4
1.5.
boxes of donuts
Look, it's not 2 full carts, it's 1.5. Get it right.
at the bottom of the one. Okay.
It's a very full cart.
I
How
know.
are you going to take all of that by yourself on a bus?
I do all the time. I have
Where's
kids
the
at home.
bus even at?
The bus comes right down there.
Where are you staying?
Where am I staying? I'm staying at my father's house while I'm here.
Where's that?
I want a supervisor.
You're
I
not
didn't do
getting.
nothing wrong.
He already told you you're not getting
I
one.
didn't do nothing wrong. Okay,
You have to tell us where you're staying.
I have to
Or you could be charged. Yep.
What are you doing up here from Elmwood Place?
This is where the bus brought me. I'm not from here. Is this far?
That's pretty far.
Please tell me what I done wrong. Please. My wallet's missing and I'm getting in trouble for it.
Oh my god. I can't deal with this back and forth anymore. I'm gonna skip to the end.
Please.
We'll be down here.
I got all over me.
We'll be down in a minute. You're not allowed to come in here, though. You gotta find another bathroom.
Uh-oh.
I had negative bypass surgery, so.
I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious right now? You're serious?
Yeah.
You got warrants?
Let me see what picture you're looking at. That's not. I have dashed your spot.
That's not you? Is it not you?
Uh-oh.
I had about 80 pounds on me.
Oh, no.
Where'd your mole go?
What mole? Oh, it was removed by a doctor.
Oh, you got it removed?
Yes. Yes.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Oh, no, we're done.
Are you serious?
Drop
Yeah.
your
No,
cigarette.
no, I did not do nothing. That is me. Look, there's a scar there.
No, there's not.
Drop your cigarette.
Oh, no, I want to speak to a supervisor. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
No, it's not her. No, they're saying it's not her.
Ask you again, and I'm gonna force you. Drop.
It may be that she had like a fake ID or so. Oh, she gave false information. That may have been it. She may have given false information.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Drop what's in your hand.
They're trying to say I was stealing, and now they're harassing me. When you, I will have all your guys' jobs, every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all.
Is she involved?
No. I got.
Turn around.
I'm not. I didn't do nothing wrong.
I mean, if somebody needs help, you could have asked somebody to buy it for you. That's not illegal.
I didn't steal nothing. That's the thing. Excuse you. My chest is hurting. I need to go to the hospital.
Here we go.
I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, medical issue. We got a medical issue.
My chest is hurting. I have 4 girlfriends too, by the way. I need to go.
There it is.
Okay.
Wait, 4 broken ribs? Ma'am, how are you standing and walking?
You're under arrest for obstructing and
I need to go to the
highway
hospital.
falsification.
I need to go to the hospital.
Let's figure out who you are, what warrants you got.
I don't
We
have.
got bingo.
I've never even had a fucking record. Alright. I need to go to the hospital. I have 4 girlfriends.
So did you hear me?
I have 4 girlfriends.
They got medical in jail.
No, I
All
need
right,
to go to the
let's
hospital.
go ahead and.
They have medical in jail.
Ribs, I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I need to go to the hospital.
Hey, AJ, would you mind taking her back to booking? Much appreciated.
Do you have any?
No.
Kyle, do you have gloves on you? Mine are out.
No.
Gloves.
Yeah, because I'm so dirty.
I didn't say you're dirty. I just don't pat down anybody without gloves.
Which is true. Which is what most every officer should do. If you're male or female, on male or female, you yeah.
Hurting. No, I'm not. I don't want to be touched by you. I'm not going. No, I need to go to the hospital.
No. It's even better in context. That's why she dropped like a sack of potatoes. Oh my god, okay, fine. Woo!
No, I'm not.
It's like oh my god, that'd be perfect. Oh my god, it'd be perfect with like the Windows 95 log off soundbite. Like like if it had that that'd be perfect. If once she dropped down.
I don't want to be touched by you. No, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital.
You can stay on the ground. That's better.
I need to go to the hospital.
It's a little dramatic.
Guess we can tag on resisting.
I'm not resisting. I finished that. I need to go to the hospital.
Roll over.
No, I need to go to the hospital.
We have to lift you up. You're going to jail.
No, I'm not. I need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
We hear you.
You're hurting me.
Okay, I'm not hurting you. I'm barely touching you. So
I need to go to the hospital. My ribs are broke. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital, please.
Going full Ronaldo. Wait, not Ronaldo. Who was the Brazilian soccer player who did the most infamous dive where he was like rolling on the ground like multiple times? Neymar. That's what it was. Neymar. Yeah, she pulled a Neymar right there.
I need to go to the hospital.
Are you choking me
I
right
need to
now?
go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. You're hurting me.
Okay.
I need to go to the hospital. I'm pregnant and I need to go to the hospital.
I'm pregnant.
I need to go to the hospital.
You just told me you're on your.
Okay, with all due respect, if she has 4 broken ribs, she's sitting like that, she's supposed to be screaming in pain, I think.
Period. How are you pregnant?
Where'd you get the EBT card from?
I'm pregnant and I need to go to the hospital.
Are you on your period or are you pregnant?
I'm pregnant and I need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
I'm pregnant.
Are you gonna sit?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that you? You can't have one with the other, right? If she's pregnant, she's probably not having a period, right? I mean, I'm sure there's probably exceptions, but it's generally understood that if you're pregnant, you're not likely going to have a period, right? Like that's what I said. Like there's exceptions to that.
Sit in the thing, or do we have to put you in
I'm
there?
pregnant and I need to go to the hospital.
Are you gonna sit in the car or not?
I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, spotting. Gotcha.
I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital.
Do you have a warrant?
No. I need to go to the hospital.
Why were you lying to us?
I'm not lying to you guys. I need to go to the hospital.
Why'd you lie about your age?
I need to go to the hospital.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
My face is on the ground.
Okay.
I need to go to the hospital.
Sorry.
I don't want to go to jail tonight.
Well, that's happening. And they.
When the police took her to the hospital, she attempted to escape.
Naturally.
The police placed her in a hobble and transferred her to the county jail. How much time in jail do you think she deserves if found guilty? Feel free to share your comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.
All right, this is the last one.
What am I going to jail for?
Almost done.
Let me go. I have my fucking American right.
On March 23, 2024, in Florida, police responded to a bar following a request from the establishment to remove a group of individuals who were not adhering to the rules.
Uh-oh. So which one are you want trespassing?
That's one over there.
Which one?
No, this is the third warning. Yeah. Because
The one with the mustache?
Yeah. Yep. Because when he did, I saw from the corner he was lifting and going like that. Because we told you to do 3 times, stop putting people in the air. You were just sitting there. And I saw that.
What were they doing? Hang on, hold on. What were they doing?
In Florida, police responded to a bar following a request from the establishment to remove a group of individuals who were not adhering to the rules.
So which one are you want trespassing?
That's one over there.
Which one?
No, this is the third warning. Yeah. Because
The one with the mustache?
Yeah. Yep. Because when he did, I saw from the corner he was lifting and going like that. Because we told you to do 3 times, stop putting people in the air. You were just sitting there. And I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Like I guess some of the guys were chucking the ladies up in the air and chucking them in the pool. I think that's what they're saying. Then obviously that's like going to be, I guess, the rules of it, especially if it's a shallow pool. So I think I think I understand what they're saying.
That's right. You can't do
What a pretty cop. Pretty good.
Hey, So let's get with the whoever is serving that guy. That make sure that he pays, and that way we can get him out. Hey, buddy, I'm Officer Lopez. Do you have a tab here?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. So they already talked to you about this. So all you have to do is just leave. Don't come back. If you come back, you can be arrested.
Yeah, no, I'm not coming back, but I was not there. Whatever, it's fine.
Hey, did we get somebody? If you could...
I already told her. I don't know where she went.
Okay.
She's over there.
Just to make sure, you know, because if somebody they all start leaving, then you know somebody got.
Yeah, Aaron, I fully believe you there. Like any kind of like roughhousing, at like a pool, at a bar with a pool, and the liability is just way out there.
Put their shoulders.
Bump your shoulders.
That's it.
3 times. 3 times. It's a liability.
Yep. And there it is. Okay, so that's exactly what they were. They were either on the guy's shoulders or they were like, you know, chucking them across the pool or whatever. And yeah, that's when you're drinking and shit, it's a bad idea. So if they warned them like 3 times, yeah, you're gonna get kicked out.
Whoever's the tab, whoever's under the tab, who's under the tab, whoever name it is, it's gotta be paid. So you pay your tab.
So just one person is the one that we have to get out.
Yeah, but if they're all leaving.
Okay.
They're all getting.
They're all what?
Hello, my that's fine. I'll after we get these people out of here, I'll come over there.
So somebody's working on the tab, right?
Yeah. We'll have to whoever.
Do you have this table?
No, they're gone, buddy. I just gave her the tab.
Okay.
We're leaving. I'm going to close your tab. So bad. Oh my God, shoulders. Let me be arrested for shoulders.
There's a
Okay. No, I've been in jail. You're dumb, actually.
You're dumb. Bitch.
That's the truth, though. I mean, don't you want more money? Money, right? Liquor?
Your money is not as valuable as liability.
Based. Your money is not as valuable as my liability.
Oh, I'm just making observations. I'm pretty smart, actually. I mean, you guys thought they thought it was done.
You have 2 minutes. Listen, you have 2 minutes to get ready, and if you're not done, I'm taking you to jail for trespassing. So you have 2 minutes.
That's
okay,
fucking
I don't care
ridiculous.
either.
That's ridiculous. Honey.
Oh, you can't take this.
Time hack, let's go. 2 minutes. Time hack. I love it. I love the time hack. It's so cute.
I've been to jail.
Hey, don't say that. She doesn't mean that, but you guys know that we don't actually. We have been here for fun, right? Like.
Ma'am, I'm gonna say this real quick. Just stop talking. I'm saying this in the nicest way possible because you're just talking yourself.
What's the athlete that flopped? Neymar. Yeah, look up Neymar and Brazil. He's with the Brazilian team, and you'll absolutely find the meme of Neymar's flopping. But also, I appreciate this other guy saying, "Ma'am, just shut the hell up. Please leave. I don't care. Please leave."
70, don't worry. Signal 34, 1 female, 10:13.
Oh, really? Oh, do you really? What makes you think he ain't gonna do it?
Don't listen to Rocky. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We do. My best friend is the police. Okay, we're all military.
They're all military?
We respect. We love. Okay.
It doesn't show, honestly.
I'm sorry.
I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything. So all I ask is just be a decent human being. Right now, but I think I have been very polite and
Well, that's why we're kind of like, oh, we were doing like little.
All right, now, all right, she's acting a fool. I appreciate it, dude. All right, we're lifting you up and we're taking you out if we have to. Go on, get.
What? What am I going to jail for? Let me go. I have my fucking American right. What am I going to jail for? What am I going to jail for? No. Stop.
Oh, body cam falls off.
What am I going to jail for?
Stop.
For the love of God, stop.
Trespassing for what?
Get up. Let's go.
What am I?
Come on, let's go.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Great.
70, high 110, 50.
The dude recording, you're going on YouTube.
What am I trespassing for?
I gave you 2 minutes to get your stuff and leave, but you wouldn't. All right? You said that you didn't care getting arrested, so here we are.
I didn't do anything, sir. I didn't do anything.
Up against the car.
Let me just call my
Up against the car. Place your feet apart.
I've done this before. Sir, my parents are bossing me.
70, come on, can I have another unit?
I've done this before, sir. I swear I didn't do anything.
Don't move.
I'm not a person.
Don't move.
I'm not the person you want to arrest, sir.
Why is that?
One wrong slang that I fucking said. One wrong word. That's what I fucking said.
There's a problem when another person is... Hold on. Stop.
Oh my God, here we go.
When there's another guy trying to help you, he's trying to take you away out of the problem. And now you are telling him to step away, which that's why I stepped in. Okay, so now you are about to start a fight with another guy because he's trying to help you. Okay? And I gave you instructions to put your hands behind your back. You said no. We are beyond that line right now. We are. I give you a chance. Sorry. Do you have anything on you? Do you have anything on you? Anything sharp? Anything illegal that I should know? You don't?
Please don't.
It's always like...
Step back.
Yeah, exactly. It's always this after the cuffs come on.
Here that I need to grab.
I didn't do anything.
I'm asking you a question. Is there any property that I need to collect for you in the property? What do you have?
Nothing.
Nothing,
I'll
okay.
go home.
All right, let's go this way.
Please.
Hey.
Up against the car. Up against the car.
Hey. My baby boy.
Please, don't take me to jail. Please, 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 please. Please. Sure, please. All I said was
It's not happening. This is happening.
one word. Please don't.
Get in.
Look at me, please.
Get in. Watch your head. Now, put your legs inside. Put your legs inside.
I don't deserve to be here, dude. Please. Please.
Sir, I can bring her home.
Do you have her property?
It's too late, bro. You could bail her out, but yeah, you can bring her home after you bail her out.
Wallet for her to take to the jail.
Sir, she's drunk and she's an idiot, and she shouldn't have done that. I was closing out our tab. I should have grabbed her and brought her out. I failed her.
Listen, I think you did the right thing trying to help, but then it was becoming either letting her fight you or not doing anything.
Please.
If we can help any, I tried to
Please.
Do you have her wallet or phone?
We're working on that.
Okay.
Sir, is there any way?
There's nothing you can do for her. Do you have your?
There's nothing you can do. The most you can do is follow us and bail her out.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I need your ID.
Mine?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
Because she is getting arrested for trespassing. I had to intervene because she was about to get into a fight with you. Because, again, you did nothing wrong. You were trying to help her. You did the right thing. You are involved in this crime, so I need your identification so I can document that you were there. Obviously, that's going to be on camera, but I need it for my report.
Sir, I love that woman. Is there any way you can just let her go to me and she will be out of here and
I
never
did my
come back?
best. I did. You did too, but here we are now.
I mean, that is actually a good question. I don't think he really needs his ID because more than likely, it's not like he's going to press charges on her.
So I need your ID.
Please. Sir, please.
Somebody playing GTA Vice City?
I'm so sorry that I got caught up in this stupid shit. I'm so sorry. My life.
That might be right, Mando.
Please, for the love of God. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim.
What the hell?
Sir, I swear.
What was that?
Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Okay, I'm sorry, but I swear I'm the sweetest soul, dude. I'm the sweetest soul.
Stop saying that. There it is.
God, me. My life, like.
Question: Are you injured?
Does it matter?
I'm asking you. Are you injured?
It doesn't matter. Mentally, yes.
Physically, are you injured?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I have 1015.
My ache! Stop biting my ankles!
This shit.
They were.
What kind of shit is this?
Shrieking. Oh yeah. Definite shrieking.
This is so stupid! So stupid! Let me breathe. Let me breathe.
I can't breathe.
Christ.
I'm gonna take out the seatbelt, okay?
Please do.
We're gonna switch cars.
Is there anything that you want her to take?
If I get on my knees and beg, will it help anything?
No, sir.
No, probably not.
I didn't deserve this stupid shit, dude.
I have no clue what happened.
I don't know either. Apparently I yelled at some guy and I got
What's your
arrested.
step?
I love you so much. I did nothing. I have no shoes. Can you give me shoes?
I'll get them.
I had
Right
shoes.
there, right there.
I had shoes.
They're right there.
Okay.
Sir, is
Can
there
I chug
anything
myself
can
with
do?
Give me 1 second. Let me put everything back there.
I did nothing, sir. I yelled at a guy. That's all I did. I'm so sorry that I yelled at a
Stop.
guy. I'm so sorry.
Mike.
I'm getting another charge on my record. So good. I'm sorry. So sorry.
I'll go talk to your boyfriend, but at this point, I
I'm
don't think
so
I don't
sorry.
think there's much I can do.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I told her, I have no clue what happened. Like that officer, so I'm doing the arrest. I don't know if they're pressing charges or he's pressing charges. You're gonna have to talk to the establishment or that officer right there. I'm just doing the transport. That's all I'm doing.
Understood. So if they're not pressing charges,
I don't know what the charges are. So you have to talk to that officer. That he's the arresting officer, not me.
okay.
Okay.
In this process, I don't understand how this goes. So they're not pressing charges, as the staff has said. So what, I don't know the next steps forward for how she's in jail, right?
Listen, I told whoever she is to you, I told her she had 2 minutes to get her stuff and leave. Out of all the people that were doing the same thing, she was getting very confrontational with them. I'm like, 2 minutes, fair enough for her to get her stuff and go. 2 minutes went by. I don't know what happened to you because I remember you being, hold on, let me finish, please. You went somewhere, I don't know. You came back after the 2 minutes were up. Okay, so now you picked her up trying to take her away from the issue. The right thing. Cool. I was, you know what? I'm like, okay, this might work out. But then when you were close by the gate, now she's about to get physical with you. She told you, leave, let me go. Now you either go to jail for battery or kidnapping because you are holding somebody against her or his will, right? So, or what? I just stand there and not do anything? Is either she go, I mean, at that point she was going to jail for trespassing. But now I have this in front of me, you grabbing her, trying to help. You can possibly go to jail for that.
Understood.
If somebody tells you, let me go, you let them go. I know that you are trying to do the right thing, but I'm doing the best I can to help you too. This is not something that I wanted to do to begin with. I was just standing there, watching them do their thing, letting people know, okay, you gotta go. Whoever, she was not even the person that they had the issue to begin with.
Oh, sorry.
The guy left peacefully, very nice guy. And then your girlfriend came around and this happened. This is out of my hands.
Understood. My tab was at the other bar when they said that they were leaving. I went to the other bar to close out. When I came back, I was unaware that a 2-minute timer had been placed. Well, that's a city situation.
So like, hey, you're out here downtown, you had to get her past that gate without her fighting. It had been willing, and it wasn't willing at all. That's why he had to step in. And then it just went sideways. That's when it's out of our hands, you know, Bubba? Yeah.
Do you need anything else?
How do I get her out of jail?
She's going to spend the night in jail, and she's going to make a phone call at some point, like in 2 hours. She will see a judge in the morning tomorrow, and then the judge will give her a bond. She can pay the bond herself, or
can I
whoever.
pay for her?
You can.
Okay. How do I communicate with the judge to say that I'll do that?
She'll be able to make a phone call.
I don't know if she has my number memorized. It's all contacts these days.
I'm sure she will call somebody, and that person maybe will call you. If she knows a phone number by heart, I don't know. That's why I was asking if you had anything for her to take. But
Can I give you her phone so she can call me?
it's too late. She's gone.
Can I go to the jail and drop this off? Okay. It's like, I'm in the Navy. I have to report into duty on Tuesday, so we were going to leave tomorrow in order
Oh boy.
to make it back.
Well, I mean, Alpha, in fairness, he's the boyfriend, so I mean, I think he's obligated to be the white knight.
She's gonna have to figure this out. I gotta get back to my report.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Following her arrest and charges for resisting arrest and trespassing, if she were to be found guilty, what sentence would you, as the judge, deem fitting? Feel free to share your comments. And don't forget.
All right, that's it. I think we're done. Oh wait, wrong one. Oh, there we go. All right. I appreciate you guys coming in to watch. Probably going to take it easy tomorrow. If I do stream, it'll probably be like Fallout, more than likely. I'm in the middle of episode 3. Like I said, I'm taking Fallout easy. Although I'm probably going to binge a bit more when I go on vacation, because I'm going traveling, and so I'll have plenty of time to watch more of the episodes. So probably towards the end of the week, I'll probably have get through it and finish up the series. But yeah, right now I'm middle of episode 3. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I love the series so far. And I will, I got my Fallout, I've been playing Fallout 4 off stream, so I'll probably stream it tomorrow, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Oh, hold on. Is that Winston? Oh, he ran away. Damn it. I was going to get Winston out here, but he ran away. He missed me. All right. Have a good night. Take care. Adios. See ya.